We got Greasus today. At least hopefully. Gonna try and make sure that the thumbnail ain't clickbait by locking in the ogres as much as we can. Tournament should start very soon. I'm not hosting today, by the way. I think it's is it Opal Bear? I think it's Opal Bear Black. Was it? Let me check. Dustman. I think it's Dustman. I think it's Dustman. All right. We just picked 3 tournaments. So we got ogres, vampire counts, and wood elves. All the factions that I don't really play a lot, but are generally pretty good. What's up? Time Sticking, Weber Cooks, Jay Evans. Hey, happy to have you here live. Yeah, I do have some secret tech, okay? Take a look at this. So Greasus has, everyone has their price. It's a 35-meter range rampage, okay? Look at Scarbrand. Scarbrand has a 35-meter range rampage. So he's basically Scarbrand. I got an idea though, right? Because you can use Greasus to protect your lead belchers. Because imagine they're like trying to send Furies onto these guys and then boom, rampaged onto Greasus. Somehow he pays the Furies of the demons a bunch of gold, I guess, and then they want to attack him. I don't know. I don't know what the implications are here, but it gets them to rampage. So that's interesting. Gideon, what's up? Not sure what happened at the end of stream, but seemed like you were having a hard time. Yesterday? I don't think I was having a hard time. Was I having a hard time? I don't think so. I'm doing pretty good. Of all the streams, yesterday was actually pretty chill. Like, I think it's usually when to go for like more than 4 hours I get tired. I'm doing good though. Scarbrand can catch up to things you want to rampage. What are you talking about? Greasus has 40 speed. You know what? Who else has 40 speed? Siggy. Sigvald has 40 speed. No one's saying Sigvald is slow. Even though I guess he kind of is. Oh boy, what have I done? We're up against Rusto. Here we go. Set him up with the yo-yo. Alright. Anyways, I think Greasus is bad. But that doesn't mean I can't win games with them, okay? Ogres, vampire counts, and wood elves. Alright, he's not that terrible. Trust in the process. Can he actually hit things now? He can, yeah. He can hit things. Let's see here. Alright, here we go. Pick 3. Pick 3 time. Ogre Kingdoms, Tomb Kings, and Beastmen. Okay, well, clearly I should ban his Ogre Kingdoms to assert my dominance, and then I can play Ogre Kingdoms. Because if he doesn't, I'm going to play Counts, and Vampire Counts versus Tomb Kings and Beastmen sounds like an easy win. Sounds like the easiest win of my life. Are we on Celestial Lake? Okay. But yeah, all these factions are like really good. I just need practice with them more. Alright, come on, Rusto. Get in the lobby. We must fight. There he is. Alright. So, yeah, I'll just ban its ogres. Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, someone was asking if I was hosting the tournament. We ain't hosting today. Alright, is he gonna ban my ogres? You better not, man. He banned my counts. Let's go. That means I can play ogres. Ogres versus Tomb Kings and Beastmen. Easy peasy. Unless he plays Tomb Kings and gets Ushopti. Then I'm gonna have Greasus against Ushopti. Oh god. He took Tomb Kings. Oh god. Alright, it's fine. Ogres versus Tomb Kings. What a way to start the day. Alright, now I'm suffering. Which vampire counts are you playing? It's VP for Vampirates. Why did CA have to call them Vampire Coast and Vampire Counts? Do they not know acronyms? God dang it. Okay, no. I don't care. It is very funny how often people get confused, though. Anyways, it's Tomb King, so I'm gonna run Greasus, because I'm a mad lad. So, here's the thing. Ushopti hurt a lot. Ushopti are very strong. This doesn't mean that we cannot defeat them, though. Ogre Kingdoms, they have some divine strategies. Like, just moving forwards. Just rush forwards, I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't know. If he gets too many Ushopti, I should just be able to fat rush him, right? That part's not too bad. It's everything else that kind of makes me afraid here. Greasus dodge strats. He's a little big. He's a little big for dodging. Are Gorgers good? You know? Sure, they might have got nerfed like, what, 30% back in the day, but maybe they're not bad. How do I not die to Tomb Kings? Is it going to be a good use for Sword and Board Blood Knights? If they buff Blood Knights in general, sure. Knights of the Black Rose have anti-infantry. Most Sword and Board Knights don't have anti-infantry. Or actually, wait, no, yeah. I don't think they do. Do Questing Knights have anti-infantry? Anyways. If they have anti-infantry, it's nice. I guess the Black Knights have anti-infantry. But, you know, it's strong cavalry. You can't go too wrong with it. But usually your elite cavalry are fighting other elite cavalry. But it will let you cav max a bit harder. Which, lead belchers stop kite dead, but Ushopti annihilate lead belchers, so I don't know if I exactly want to go heavy on the belchers when we might just die. Oh hell yeah. Alright. This is the type of insanity build that I live for, guys. I got it, man. I got it. Ain't no way. Ain't no way they win against us. I'm so dead, man. Dude, this is a terrible matchup. This matchup right here is a bad one. I might still win it, though. We'll see. Big we'll see. You know, maybe Greasus hard carries. You don't know. Oh god, this map's also terrible. I'm gonna be routing off 24/7. I'm sure if I just play this one well, though, we'll be okay. I just have to god, there's not a lot to micro with ogres anyways. Is there? He's gonna have a million spears, isn't he? I can see it right now. He's gonna have just billions of spears. What have I done? What am I doing? Burning head into Tomb Kings? Like, yeah, that's pretty standard. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Greasus Rampage hard carry? That would, yeah, that's something. Oy. Oh, hey. If 4 lead belchers. Dude, we annihilated 4 lead belchers with like 2 Ushopti. It was hilarious. So I feel like Ushopti are the big bad here. If I can't kill the Ushopti, we're as good as dead. It all hinges on that. Turn calls Greasus Walmart shopper. Oh boy, it's a bad matchup and I'm running Greasus. We're trying to lose the tournament today. Nah, we'll win this. Can you cav max plus lead belchers like the Cathay build? No, because the build only works if you're able to rush down the enemy army. And I probably can't rush him down because my cavalry's expensive. It dies to spears instantly. Oh boy. It's fine, yeah. Greasus' rampage will totally pull in all the Ushopti. And then, victory. Yo, yeah, if they bring back 400 speed Greasus, then, truly will be indestructible. Is there anything else? Anything else that hard carries? Man, Ogres is such a weird faction. Sometimes I feel like they're so good, and sometimes I feel like they suck. Sometimes I feel like they suck real bad. Today, though? Today, maybe they'll be good. Big maybe. There's a lot of untested stuff I got here, though. There's a lot of untested stuff. It worries me mildly. Let's see here. I should be fine though. Look at Ruster. He's still making his army. He's sweating, man. He's sweating. He's trying to figure out what unholy manifestations I'm gonna summon. Blood vultures be carrying. I don't know. I don't play ogres. That's why I'm doing the stream today, so I can learn these good factions. Supposedly good factions. Are they even good if I can't meme with them a bit and still crush face? Like with Slanesh, I can just YOLO straight into the army, get 2,000 gold behind, and still win. Can't do that with other factions. Vampire counts? I guess I haven't really made a huge misplay with the counts yet. Ogre Kingdoms? You do have your healing, which kind of helps. Yeah, I really feel like ogres... Well, okay, I feel like ogres have two playstyles, right? Either they're going lead belchers or they're going big monsters. And that's it. That's, or you're going like a million ogre bulls, I guess. So you can just like, you know, chaff rush them. It's like ogre tide. Noble Naldor, what's up? I disabled squats today. My legs are tired. My legs are tired. I'm tired. What? I finished the squats, Noble Naldor. I finished the set. Come on. Even if you did bring meta, everyone you play against has to guard against the unholy Cav, Kite, Man-Eater, Man-Tide options. Yeah. It helps. After the stream, when did the stream end on your end? Because I was like mid-squatting while it was going down. I gave him the squats. Check out the stream, man. Or did the raid go out like while the squats were happening so you didn't catch many of them? Check the YouTube VOD. Watch the YouTube VOD. You'll see me squatting. Yeah, my legs are ripped. You guys will never see them though. Until I set up my OnlyFans. Oh, he's ready. He's ready. Hell yeah. All right, here we go. It's time. It's time to go. All right. We didn't see it. It didn't happen. Dude, I'm true to my word. I never lie. Never. Never have I bamboozled anybody. All right, here we go. Haven't seen Warhammer 3 stuff in a while. Is the game still getting content? It has. A little slow, though. DLCs are like 1.5 DLCs a year nowadays. Potentially 2 DLCs. Though, you know, there's a few like patches and stuff. So I think we're getting our first DLC this year soon. And there was a fairly big free patch that we got this year. We're already halfway through the year though, so take that as it is. Ready? Good luck, have fun. All right, so this is a rush build with lead belcher support in case he doesn't have a Shopee. Oh man, the Tywin quotes. The Tywin quotes are hype. Oh, Game of Thrones. It's too bad they only had a few seasons. All right, here we go. He's ready. Hope we get a Vampire Counts DLC. Vampire Counts have been needing it. Hype. He has Ushopti and Skirms and Kontep. So he's basically said, hey, rush my face right now, please. Please, I want to get murdered by your endless tide of ogres. I shall accept. So, vultures are really good versus cavalry, that's fine. His infantry are really garbage right now. So, if I just keep YOLOing forwards, he will die. Absolutely. It's all about smelling weakness in your opponent. And Greasus can beat the brakes off the Sphinx of Uskep. Maybe. Here we go. Blood vultures away. So he's gonna fire into my ogres over here. Let's just pull them to the side. There we go. And then we're going to get our Man-Eater Great Weapons. Now that his boys are disrupted. Yes, right. Fear the blood vultures. Fear the blood vultures. Alright, so here's a big ogre charge. We're just gonna pile on in. Should do well. Gonna disrupt his skirmish cavalry and his range units at the same time. We're gonna pull these guys back. We're going to break his infantry corps. That's very important because I gotta get my boys in here. If they do not, we do not win this. Alright, these vultures can only hold for so long. So there we go. There's the pile driver maneuver. I'm dying so hard right now. Hey, the burning head did okay though. Alright, there we go. Nice. Come on, crumble faster, man. Oh, they ain't crumbling. They ain't crumbling at all, man. Alright, here we go. Plan B, Noblars, away. Greasus is in here. There's the rampage. Okay. I do have my Noblars in there. And I have a heal already. That's nice. Greasus is, you know, he's rampaging that guy. And then I can get my big boys around on the flank. As long as the Ushopti aren't shooting too much, I'm okay. Come on, Greasus. Beat him up. Get a big old burning head over there. Nice. Oh, God, my poor ogres. They're all getting annihilated, man. Yeah, it was a pretty good burning head, though. There we go. The big boys are here. Like as long as the ogres rally, I'm okay. Come on, Greasus, beat it up. Oh, I'm so dead. Everything's routing. All right, here we go. Man-Eaters are in the cookie jar. Should be able to clear off these guys. Come on. Come on, Man-Eaters, get in there. You got this. Dude, Greasus is actually kind of killing the Sphinx, though. That part's pretty jokes. Here we go. Come on, you big boys, get in there. Yeah, all right, we got him on the run. He's on the run with his Ushopti. That's a big plus. Greasus will be fine. It'll be goodies. God, he's chasing off like all of my units. This is terrible. This is terrible. Can I outmaneuver his halberds at least? Come on. Come on. Oh God, Greasus is dying. Oh, this is so bad. He gives him physical resist. Dude, come on, man. Just get in there. Oh, Greasus is dead. Okay, plan B. Capture all the points. Plan B, capture all the points. Hold the points, man. Holy crap. We got massacred. This is a terrible matchup. Oh, God. Greasus just gone. Okay, well, I have no units left. How fast are Tomb Kings at recaptured points? I guess that's a big question. Let's see here. You know, the Burning Heads have been pretty good. You know, he did lose a lot of infantry over here. That's pretty jokes. Greasus is dead, though. Did you even try to win? Dude, that was my only out, man. What am I gonna do? AFK for a long time? I can't just sit back and AFK against the kite. You have to. It's all or nothing, man. You gotta... You just gotta go for it. Here's the thing, though. He might actually not be able to capture these points very quickly. It may be difficult. Very well. It may very well be difficult for him to actually secure these points. Oh, boy, though. That was brutal. All right, there you go. Yeah, they're not capturing too fast. That's plus. We're gonna have... He may get overconfident, too, by the way. Overconfidence is very slow and insidious. I can hold these points for ages, man. He's never taking these points off of me. He ain't never taking these points off of me. As long as I have more ogre bulls. I just need to keep on stalling for ages. Hey, there you go. There's a big surround on the Sphinx. Maybe I should just kill his infantry, because that'll do more damage. He just sandstorm his own units. Honestly, not too bad for me. I'll take a self-sandstorm. Tickets-wise, we're doing not bad. He did lose his Doomguard halberds. Unfortunately, Terror Route over here is kind of painful, but... he captures his first point at the 875 mark. This is generally seen to be pretty bad for me. This is generally seen to be terrible. Oh boy, alright. God, I just walked into like the worst matchup in the game. Alright, come on. It's like 5 minutes to recapture these points. Alright. Yeah, maybe just leave the vultures in the sky and kill off his cavalry. Landing them didn't really do much. He did a really good job defending his ground forces. Vultures kind of collapsed. Even though I got like a good charge on his like one horseman unit, the second horseman kind of screwed me, man. It kind of screwed me over. Oh god, there he goes. There he goes. He's on my point. He has 1,000,000 cav units. Let's see here. I have like 1,000,000 hours left. All right, GG. Dude, that was terrible. That was garbage, man. Oh god, I hate ogres. All right, at least there's not too many sign-ups today. If I win the other 3, I'll be good. Oh. So yeah, the vultures didn't do anything, right? Yeah, I thought the vultures would be like... I thought they would hold a bit longer. Oh boy, Greasus just sucked. He did tussle versus Sphinx for a little bit, but he didn't pay for himself. You had lead belchers? Dude, lead belchers suck against Tomb Kings, man. Are you kidding me? Have you seen me use lead belchers into their into Ushapti before? All right, let's take a look. Ogre Kingdoms. Go one of these. Go for Tomb Kings. Get rid of that army. For some reason, it's still in there. All right, yeah, take a look at this. So you had Chosen of the Gods, right? Imagine I had 2 lead belchers, and I was trying to advance on them. Dude, take a look at this. Should have brought the double scrap launcher. Oh boy. Yeah, I think that was my only out. That was my whole idea. I would just fat rush him. All right. Take a look at this. So let's say I had 2 lead belchers and he had 1 chosen of the gods. You know how wrecked I'm getting here? All right, it's like not even close, man. Look at that. Just kites back with these guys. Like you lose like your entire unit of lead belchers over there. These guys will just let them tussle. And you can even just leave him in combat, right? You can just leave him in combat. Like a massive trade for the Tomb Kings. This is like huge. Lead belchers aren't even accurate enough. They're like not even killing entities. Look at that, they're routed now. And this guy's like way cheaper, man. He's way cheaper, and they outrange me. So unless I'm on the aggression, it ain't gonna work. So like this is even like, you know, even when I stop microing, right? It's still just kind of getting wrecked. And this is just 1 Ushopti, man. I'm sure he had like an extra Ushopti in reserve in case I wanted to kite. So that's just a non-option. You have to get a rush in. Now I think I can update my rush. I think the rush with the carrion was not optimal. What about 3 lead belchers? How cheap are the Tomb Kings chosen of the gods? Oh god, they're 1,350. Holy. That is cheap. That is very cheap. Alright, so we got our 1 throw of the day out of the way. I just gotta win the next few. So, if you want to beat them, you will need some sort of shenaniganry. The horsemen are a big pain too. There's like some stuff I can do to just like specifically counter his build, but it won't counter everything. That's the big problem. We were dealing with a lot of skeleton spearmen, which ended up holding way longer than I thought they would. Holy crap. So he brought a lot of solid defenses. One thing you can do is you can just take man-eaters and say screw it. One of them may die, but the other ones will crush face. Still running Greasus, so honestly, I don't think Greasus is what lost me there. But yeah, you can run the man-eaters and then you take like, you know, a bunch of bulls and then you still rush it. The man-eaters cleave through the skeleton spears very quickly. And then once they're out of that, then it's a little bit better. The other option is to go for Noblar spam. You still have to deal with the Sphinx, but at least a lot of his tools are less useful. So you can go for like a Noblar spam build, take like a bunch of range units. If he brings in cavalry to run them down, then I don't know. maybe you go Noblar Blood Vulture. Okay, wait, no. Noblar, right? So now he can't bring in cavalry to kill these guys because you have pigback riders. And then you kite away his skeletons. Then he throws down a sandstorm and then your Noblars die. You're sad. He uses a Sphinx to just kill everything. Greasus dies because he's a giant target. Honestly, I think I just need a better rush. How did Grease Beast do? Pretty bad, but he's not the reason I lost. Yeah, I just need like a solid enough rush. How do you rush them though? That map was also pretty rough. Not a lot of flanking opportunities. I could have done the build-up strat. Maybe you just do a build-up. Ogre Kingdom's build-up is pretty interesting. So the thing is, he has a skirmisher. He's gonna skirmish me, but you can get enough large units that he just doesn't have the range tools to shut down completely. And then you're good. I think there's a few ways to play it. The vultures though were rough. I thought like, you know, he had 3 skirmishers and the Ushopti that he couldn't have enough to stop the fat rush. Maybe I should have used the vultures to like rear charge his infantry. I think I just gotta use the vultures better. I think that's my big misplay. Crushers won't really work. Crushers are basically the same as normal ogre infantry. So I'd probably pass on them. Let's take a look real quick. If I went for if I had vultures, right? And then I have ogre bowls. And he's going for something like skeleton spears. How quickly can I kill skeleton spears with vulture ogre charge? Because getting a lot of anti-infantry might just kill it. We'll have to see though. Vulture's a backwater crowman, dude. Crowman being a crumbling unit is such a plus. Alright, so here's the thing. What if, right? What if I just didn't bring enough anti-infantry for these guys? So vultures have actually decent melee attack stats. So if I just charge these guys in the back, get a good ogre charge. God, they hold forever, don't they? Oh boy, they hold forever. That took a whole minute, even in completely optimal circumstances. How well do the man eaters do? Just give me gold's man eaters. Maybe some of them will get shot, but maybe it works. Maybe it works. Okay, gold's man eaters have 80 armor. So what if I just have the man eaters? What are we looking at? Yeah, Tomb Kings versus Ogres is a bad matchup, but there's always a way to at least roll the dice. Like, even if it's a bad matchup, I shouldn't be losing that bad. I'm still definitely missing something. What are we testing? Best way to punch through Tomb King's infantry quickly. So Gold's Man Eaters can charge in. They do a lot of damage. They will kill the skeleton spears in about the same time as the vulture charge strat. And they also take very little damage from them. He also had Tomb Guard halberds. The thing is, he only has the one who shopty. And I might be able to occupy it with something. If we cook a little harder. How did the Tomb Guard halberds do here? Feel like you have any tips of getting into multiplayer? You've played campaign forever, but you've played like 2 total games online. You could copy a multiplayer build. That's a really nice way to make sure that you don't lose just because of your build. And then yeah, from there you're already doing pretty good. Hey, what's up, Aussie Slime? Oh, you're up like super late right now. So these guys do cost effectively trade into halberds. Their anti-infantry is amazing. So like that's not too bad. The bigger issue is that he's gonna be shooting me with the Ushopti, but maybe they don't get too many shots off. So I can just get a bunch of these guys and then just like normal Noblars and Pigback Riders to just flank them. Just go for a longer flank. The Gold's Man Eaters, they are anti-infantry. The downside is if you can shoot them, they get wrecked. What's better? Gold's Man Eaters or Wrathmongers? Wrathmongers 10,000%. But yeah, it's a very expensive unit. High leadership. Adapted tactics is good. Yeah, maybe I just gotta spam more Man Eaters. So you could totally go for a domination setup. Bunch of Noblars, you take your Man Eaters, except that they're gonna get shot. You could even take a Lead Belcher just to draw fire. You know, the distraction Lead Belcher is a really weird take. But if he shoots at the Lead Belcher, if he doesn't shoot at the Lead Belchers, they kill all his cavalry, right? You know, maybe I do something like this. 5 Lead Belchers. Okay, so you're saying I go only Lead Belcher, right? I can't even take 5. I go quad Lead Belcher. And then I have the Noblard Tide. I don't know, man. I feel like I gotta get better at just the Fat Rush, though. I can do it with Slanesh. You're looking forward to Night Rain in a few hours, or is it launching? I actually didn't have any plans to play it. I gotta get good at Warcraft 3. Yeah, well, like the lead belchers, obviously, they don't shoot at the great bows. They shoot at his cavalry so that your front line can get to his great bows. The biggest thing you gotta do is you have to win the frontline fight. If you win the frontline fight, then you're golden. So what if I spammed Iron Guts instead? What if we took some Iron Gut action? So Iron Guts are cheaper. They still have armor. It's like, you know, if one Great Bow kills one Iron Gut, you don't feel as bad because it's an even trade. And then if you can win the frontline fight, nonetheless, it's not too bad. I think like the normal Ogre Bulls might have just been screwing me here. So this is anti-large versus anti-infantry. You're looking at Iron Guts. They grind against Tomb Guard for ages, and then they lose. So that's an up trade for the Tomb Guard. It's a big fat up trade. God dang. Grape shot lead belchers. If only shotgun units did. Well, do they suck? There's not many shotgun units that actually see play, except for like the Grim Delvers. Yeah, maybe I just have to Nobblar Mantide. Nobblar Mantide with a lot of range is not bad. You can kind of skirmish. I feel like there's got to be a rush, though. I guess I was playing in his backfield. But, like, come on. The man spent so much money on his Ushopti. He spent a whole 1,350. That's like 2 Hellstriders. Well, okay. He spent that plus 3 skirmishers. So we're looking at, you know, like 3,000 plus gold. In theory, 3,000 plus gold. I should be able to rush it. Assuming I have the right tools. The question is, do I have the right tools? If I'm also down on Greasus, does that screw me? Stonehorn. So his starting army was, let's see, we gotta theorize. Gotta theorize this one. His starting army was 5 skeleton spears and a halberd. My starting army doesn't even beat his front line. That's kind of the bad part. Because he also had the Sphinx of Uzkep. So the issue is, if I can't win against his front line, we're doomed. Honestly, the man-eaters are not terrible here. Yeah. The Sphinx dumpsters a Stonehorn. Stonehorn doesn't duel. Turin released a 15-minute guide for newcomers. Oh, yeah, he did. You can check that out. Alright, we're up against B6. I gotta win these. Yo. Ogres. Vampire counts. What else? All that. Alrighty. Here we go. We gotta win these. We gotta win these matches. I can't not make it to semis. I got too much pride, guys. Let's see here. Create new draft. Copy. I'm still gonna bring Greasus though. You know I'm gonna bring Greasus. There's no way we don't. He's too powerful. You can do it? I think so. I just gotta perfect this big rush. I think honestly, taking Gold's Man-Eaters might just be the sick play. Tomb Kings, Beastmen, Norska. Okay, I know what to do now. You ban the Tomb Kings. It makes so much sense. Oh my god, this is so much easier now. Nice. So now the Tomb Kings are banned. Now I pick Ogre Kutos. It's so simple. I figured it out, guys. Hey, what's up, Karak the Wind? How do I say your name? Karathark Wind. Alright, good enough. It's Ogres versus Beastmen. I can win this. Ogres versus Beastmen. It's simple. It's simple. Alright. Yeah, Tomb Kings, it's the faction with the longer range. Factions with longer range, but only slightly longer range, tend to have an advantage. So Ushopti beat Lead Belchers, but cannons beat Ushopti. It's always about being slightly more ahead than your opponent. That's just kind of how it goes usually. All right, so this is a simple match. The map is going to be on Urgut Stomping Grounds. What the crap is that? Urgut Stomping Grounds. It's a oh, it's a weird map. All right, whatever, it's fine. We play on weird maps. Beastmen are no issue. You know why? Because I got my shenanigans. I got me some shenanigans. So, as long as I don't get shot to death, I think we're goodies. Just have to not get pew-pewed into oblivion. So I can take this. 170 range Wood Elf archers. Oh, what's it? Yeah, Wood Elves. Wood Elves are so annoying versus Dark Elves. A lot of range factions do good into Dark Elves, because Dark Elves just have that slightly lower range. But Dark Elves can do really well against, like, you know, Warriors of Chaos. At least back in the day. It's kind of different now with Hellstriders. Alright, so we're up against the Skaven main. He's playing Beastmen, though. Beastmen have a, they have a handful of tools that are a little spooky, but nothing that will really give me much pause, I think. They're good, don't get me wrong, but Beastmen are not like the be-all, end-all, back-breaking faction. Although, when you don't have the right build for them, they can be quite painful. Centaur spam is by far the biggest annoyance that we have to deal with. So I need some sort of tool to trade into Centaurs, because they'll kill monstrous infantry like no one's business. A normal unit of ogre bulls, it's like fighting rat ogres with Centaurs, right? It's brutal. So what defeats them? Do Iron Guts beat Centaurs? Do I take a giant? Mayhaps. Mayhaps we run a giant. Okay, actually though, I think the best tool for the Beastmen Cav Max, obviously there's Pigback Riders, right? But we gotta have a little bit more oomph. You know, this is not the worst, actually. This is not the worst. Alright. Good enough. And we're on Urgut Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground's is perfect for the ogres. 2 Naldars in a trench coat? Yeah. The ultimate anti-large. Alright, here we go. Pigback's got a massive nerf to their leadership. So they route way easier now. They have a very punishable weakness. They still hurt though. If you just fight them in melee, they still hurt real bad. You don't wanna just fight them. It's painful. All that. I just noticed Thunder Tusks have banned entirely. It's a good thing I'm not running any Thunder Tusks. I am using a Stone Horn though. Have they fixed the knockdown animation bug? It's more of an oversight, and no, it's not fixed. You'd have to be brave to fight on someone's shoulders. Isn't it the opposite? You're always with somebody. Have they fixed, oh, I already read that. It's strange that some units don't have knockdown states. Yeah, it's very strange. Even like, you know, a Vargulf will have a knockdown state. For a time, ogres couldn't be knocked down. This is a bunch of weird things. The physics in this game play a rather large part, don't they? Anyways, this is a weirdo map, but it's fine. So this time around, I'm going for lead belchers because absolutely he can't stop that, right? He can't stop lead belcher because they can just park right here and just shoot here and here, right? So the idea is just don't get overwhelmed by Centaurs and you'll be fine. Centaurs are really the only big bad here. I have my transformation of Kadon caster. So just gonna summon 2 manticores. I'll desummon them, resummon them, and then get more manticores out. Very good for sniping targets. And then Golg's main eaters because they're good. This is one of those builds where I just took a bunch of good units and I called it a day. I do think I'll have to micro really well with my blood vultures to kill off his Centaurs. But as long as I'm forcing him to be aggressing me, I think we'll be good. Is Greasus still a meme? Absolutely. He's like the same price as Golg, man. It's so sad. Pigbacks have 8 limbs in total. That they do. Does that make them a spider unit? Ooh, did they do poison? Not even the ROR. What a ripoff. Alright, so he has Malagor with 1,000,000 speed. Flock of Doom. There's not a lot of magic that's actually good versus ogres. So this map is a weird one, but it should be really hard for him to flank. It should be incredibly difficult for him to flank here. So I'm not that worried. Because Centaurs are really the only big bad here. Like, the terrain is so advantageous for me. I can just park right in here and we're good, right? I do have to see how many different units he has, though, before I bring in more lead belchers. Much as I want to just spam lead belchers, it is a little sus. Yeah, very weird map. Anyways, I should just be able to shoot him up, right? Like, he kind of just has to advance. Okay, yeah, he gets a flock of doom on my main eaters. That's not gonna hurt too much. Okay, and he has Centaur throwing axes. That's exactly what I needed to see to feel comfortable. Going for another lead belcher unit. All right, here we go. So they can just shoot up the gore herd. The main eaters actually just don't care about combat. They will gladly just take that fight. He's going real hard on the flank here, I must say. Okay, there you go. A couple archers on the main eaters is kind of a who cares type situation. I could probably route them with the manticore summoned up. I think that'll be quite nice. These lead belchers can fire in at the gore herd. Then we defend them with some ogre bulls. Lead belchers should just pummel them. There goes the manticore. Greasus is getting in on the action. That's pretty jokes. You can see how good these man eaters are, right? They're insane. They should definitely pull back though, before they get murdered. Lead belchers are doing great though. I don't know if he's ready on this flank. Pigback riders are in. Lead belchers have worked miracles. Wondrous. The main eaters are doing mostly fine. Yeah, I got him fighting in my backfield. This is amazing for me. The more he has to fight here, the worse it's gonna get for him. So time is definitely of the essence. Yeah, get him, main eaters. Beat him up. Lead belchers are doing fine. Over here, lead belchers are also doing fine. Would have guessed? Holy crap, this is a massacre. The value lead's looking pretty good. Mostly because the lead belchers are completely uncontested right now. Greasus can rampage these guys and reduce their, what was it, melee attack. That's gonna help out quite a bit. Then we get our vultures here. Vultures are a great routing tool. They should be able to just bully all of these guys off. Can't really get good line of sight there. I'm gonna have to reposition. But blood vultures can just kind of ruin that situation fairly nicely. Oh, he does get a catch with Malagor though. Malagor wants to tussle. But yeah, this is gonna be rough. This one's gonna be rough. Pestigores, I don't really care about. They will get blasted like everything else. They get shot in over here. Give another ogre bowl. How's Greasus doing? Yeah, okay, yeah. So Gold's main eaters are just king, right? That's the moral of the story. Just run Gold's main eaters. As far as I can tell, they absolutely clap cheeks, man. They just do not give a crap. Like they just don't route. Although the middle line is getting a little sus. I'm gonna need to get a second transformation of Kadan, that's for sure. It's a really nice disruption tool. It'll stop his guys from just shooting me all the time. There we go. There's a heal on the main eaters. So they're my most expensive unit here. And just like that, life is comfy. And then I can get some bulls in here, chase them. Okay, Greasus is still, you know, he's still tussling. He's still doing his best. The main eaters, though, they continue to hold. Man, dude, those main eaters are so good. Yeah, okay, so that's clearly the only reason why we were failing with ogres. Yeah, it's still fighting. Greasus too is just he's just chilling. He's having a great time. You should probably keep giving them leadership though. But as long as these lead belchers live, I really don't care much about my melee front line. Melee units will generally trade totally fine. You know, as long as they're in melee somewhere, they'll do well enough. It's the rest. It's the rest that is important. It's your high value range units that you want to keep around. And it seems like they're still very safe. You know, they're just chilling. Barrage and his fools. Pestigore is over there, not a big deal. God, this hill's so good, dude. This map is insanely advantage for ogres, man. Like in this matchup specifically, this is probably the best map I could have gone. This is I can't believe how OP this is for ogres. Like even most range factions can't get their artillery on this hill in time. But specifically ogres are just fast enough. It's kind of disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. Also, god dang, blood vultures suck. Okay, screw the blood vultures. Yeah, obviously my big mistake was taking blood vultures against Tomb Kings. Taking blood vultures at all. They're obviously the most garbage unit in the game. Actually, I can't tell if they're actually garbage or if I just don't know how to micro them. But I feel like they're kind of laying me down. Am I crazy? I feel like they're just like never trading well. Also, this choke point is so cinematic. Anyways, he's really starting to peter out now. He's really starting to peter out. The funny thing is Greasus can rampage these Centaurs in. If he really wants to. You never expect the rampage aura. You never expect the rampage aura. On Greasus. That's why we have Greasus. So that's basically my whole combo, by the way. My whole idea was you can use Greasus to rampage units to protect your lead belchers. And it kind of worked. We deleted his Centaurs. Is it actually a strategy? Yeah, probably not. It did kill a Centaur unit, mostly because he just wasn't ready for it. And my lead belcher still died, but there you go. I guess that's life. All right, Greasus, you can heal up now. It did kind of work though. It did kind of work. You can't say it didn't work. All right, it totally killed. Like that ability just got me like 700 gold. Okay. By all measurements, that's like the best trade in the world. You literally can't get better than that. Oh god, I would be so dead if this was a better map. If this map was even slightly better for Beastmen, I would have gotten annihilated. It's such a choke point heavy map with the high ground for the lead belchers. It's kind of gross. But hey, I'll take a random win into that map. Why not? Lead belcher got 2,400 value. Hell yeah, Greasus is solid. He's very consistent with the 600 value. Let's see here. Manticore summoner, 2 manticores, and a fighty single entity. Was it worth it? I don't know. Maybe. Kind of disrupted the archers a bit. You know, that's what I should have done versus the Tomb Kings. I should have summoned manticores versus Ushopti. What was I thinking? Burning head. I should have manticored him. God dang, that's actually that would have been really obvious. Vultures sucked though. It was just the lead belchers. This is a lead belcher hard carry game. I'll take it. Interesting match. So there you go. We did it. We got a win with Greasus. So clearly what we gotta do is we gotta cut this business, right? Cut all that business. Main eaters are king. Clearly you go triple golds main eaters as the only viable starter build. And then you spam these Noblars here, right? I think this is much better. Melee Cathay, it's the Cav Max, right? Yeah, Cathay's the lowest win rate. I really wonder if people can pull off the Cav Max or if it's just a me thing. What are the biggest changes from 2024 for Warhammer 3? Didn't pay much attention during that year. I don't know, man. I kind of started kind of recently, towards the end of last year. So I don't even know what happened in 2024. Seemed like, you know, it's same old, same old. The multiplayer scene continued to chug along. CA was putting out DLCs every once in a while. People were constantly complaining about how the game is dead or not getting enough updates or sucks or whatever. Same old, same old. But the game chugs along, as always. But nothing crazy. No huge shifts. I feel like vultures are good only for cycle charging a peasant mob or Skaven slaves. Couldn't you just take an ogre bull instead? The chokes are a bit narrower than Black Ark. I can see it being wider than this, but narrower than Black Ark. The chokes on Black Ark are pretty wide, yeah. Though, like, the high ground advantage, too, is such a huge advantage for, like, weapon team type units. So, like, Lead Belchers and, like, Iron Drakes and all that would do really well. Like, I think Lead Belchers and Ushopti. Nuln. Or no, not Nuln. Long Rifles. Hawkland Long Rifles would be really good. I think this is actually a really good map for Skaven, because you can bring in Jezzails. Kind of that mid-range, you know, longer than archers type of unit. I think they absolutely crush it, because they can shoot at both points. It's kind of crazy. It's too bad there's no other Skaven slave counters. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, vultures for cycle charging Skaven slaves. I don't even know if they'd uptrade in that situation. I think the only way to make them work is to buff them with spells. But then why not just buff your man eaters instead? Like, hell, if I really wanted to go ham, this is probably what I do. You know, just say screw it. I'm going to buff my man eaters with 22% missile resist and 30 armor. For the next, like, minute almost, right? So they'll be at 110 armor, which makes them equivalent to Khorne warriors in terms of armor, which is pretty insane, plus a missile resist. So it's like they're like Khorne warriors with bronze shields. That's pretty good. I might just do that. Honestly, it seems like the man eaters are just a hard carry unit. This would help against the Ushapti. Mildly, though. I think they have AP damage. Quite a bit of AP. It's like all AP. Okay. So this is... We're only negating like 22%, but, you know, maybe it's like... What's up, Broken Tired? What's up, what's up? We won one with Greasus. We lost one with Greasus. Though it was against Tomb Kings, which I think is just a terrible matchup. Yeah, they can beat like Warbear Riders. The thing is though, right? Warbear Riders are not exactly your standard for a great unit. It's still like, you know, Warbear Riders are very slightly off of meta. So they're not terrible. But, you know, like, can Golg's Main Eaters? Can you use, you know, can you kill Kugath with them? I don't know. What's like a good test? What's like a really meta test? How did they do against a Hellstrider surround? That's what I want to know. So if I'm playing Slanesh, right, and then I have two Hellstriders. So if they can even like, if they trade evenly with the Hellstriders, I'd be really impressed. Because this is the downside of running Golg's Main Eaters. You're much more prone to getting flanked. So I really want to see this. Not to mention they can heal too. I think when they're healed, they get even better. And the heal's more or less free. I must see. I'm pretty sure they won't do that bad against Hellstriders. But I think they'll still get dominated. Like, almost nothing in the game can deal with the Hellstrider surround. But I think this is just a better reference point for me, because this is what I'm kind of used to. Okay, so here they come. Okay, so there we go. We'll just YOLO the Hellstriders in. Let's take a look-see. That's a decent Hellstrider surround, and okay, yeah. Mulched, right? Absolutely mulched. Although, they did stay. Oh my god, they did stay. Never mind, you know, they actually did not bad. That extra leadership really does make a difference. That makes a huge difference, man. If they had routed, these guys would have only taken like half HP on one of them. Because they stuck around, they actually got them both down to like 1/3. Impressive. I should just spam these guys. That's pretty good. Are Paymasters good? Very unsure about them. Are people running Paymasters? I like honestly don't see enough Ogre games. So Paymaster has a leadership debuff on a show cooldown. On a low duration cast. He has Headhunt. He has a leadership aura. So you're looking at okay, alright. So easiest comparison, right? Compare this guy to a Grail Relique. He's a... You can take him as... Oh, it's not leadership, it's melee attack. It's kind of less useful. 10% is... you can't really notice 10% in a battle. Melee RNG has a bigger impact than 10%. Melee RNG typically is a 25% damage swing in either direction. So, yeah, paying 150 gold for that is a little sus. The melee attack boost is definitely a lot better though. He's relatively cheap. He has a good amount of HP. I'd say Paymasters are probably okay. I think most Ogre Kingdoms games aren't really won because of the Lord. It's usually won because of the rest of your army anyways. So you're probably not going to lose games with the Paymaster. You know, it's not like it's Betonia, where like if you don't have Alberic, you're just dead. You know, if you don't have Lewin or like something to kill single entities, your life is just going to suck. And yeah, most of the time people just run Slaughtermasters. Slaughtermaster is a very cheap spellcaster at 800. I They got a lot of good magic. A lot of very good magic. You know, honestly, I really wonder how Transformation of Kadon does versus Tomb Kings. How quickly can they bully a Manticore? It's like one Manticore can stall into Shopti for a very long time. I still really like the Greasus. Everyone has their price combo. The whole idea is I camp them right beside like 2 lead belchers. And then while the lead belchers run away, he rampages them and then they get charged. So like anyone who tries to deep dive the lead belchers, it's yeah. It's a free win. Maybe I do just go a max lead belcher build against Tomb Kings. Nah, I'm not playing Ogres into Tomb Kings. It's such a bad matchup. Definitely though, Gold's Man-Eaters into the horizon. So, Gold's Man-Eaters. What's the best support magic for them? So I have a separate caster. I think either you take Transformation of Kadon to disrupt whatever unit is shooting at them. Or you go Lore of the Great Maw and you take Troll Guts and Toothcracker. Against light archer fire, this will make them indestructible. For 60 seconds. For 11 wins of magic. That's pretty good. They only need 60 seconds to kill whatever they're fighting. You can also use the Maw Shard. If you're feeling spicy. You could take the extra ingredients. You know, it's actually pretty interesting. It's actually pretty interesting. So the Toothcracker combo on them. Heaven's Caster can really buff vultures when they fight flying units. Oh yeah, I guess they are your only flying unit. So if you're really worried about Furies, maybe you can Heaven's Caster vulture shenanigan. But yeah, Greasus, does he have anything else? Like, okay, Over Tyrant Crown is not important because these guys already have ITP. Scepter of the Titans doesn't help. Greasus is getting 600 value. If you double that, it becomes 1,200 with Scepter of the Titans. So even optimistically, if this was a permanent buff, you would only get 600 gold off of it. Optimistically. So it's probably not worth. It's probably not worth. Physical was... Okay, so here's the funny thing about the damage resist, though. It stacks additively with the missile resist. So you can get 32% resistance on your Gold's Man-Eaters. And maybe you just have a sick Death Star. You can also run Horde Master. Okay, you know what? Horde Master is cheap enough where you should probably just take it. So Greasus Horde Master, everyone has their price. Over Tyrant's Crown for the memes, okay? You cast Lore of the Great Maw Toothcracker on your Gold's Man-Eaters. They become indestructible. And then you win the game. Because they'll just uptrade into everything. The only downside is if they end up fighting for too long and they just get shot into oblivion, you're still gonna die. Like, it's not worth it to get shot, even if you have silver shields. The only time it's worth it to sit there and take shots is if you are at 110 armor, you have silver shields, and they're shooting arrows. So, they will have 110 armor, but Ushabti arrows are ballista shots. But against some factions, any melee faction, I think this is jokes. Maybe they have a... Maybe against vampire counts, you can get some work in with these guys. Yeah, fire bellies are so expensive. For whatever reason, they cost 750 baseline. You take one spell, 900. To kindle flame, it's $1 million. Like, this guy's pretty decked out, and he costs 1,142. Honestly, they're both kind of expensive for how they are in melee. What artillery is available for ogres? Nobbler Scrap Launcher, and an Iron Blaster. We're up against Martin. Ogres, Vampire Counts, and Widows. Yeah, I don't know. Man, Ogres are such a strange faction. I think as soon as I start running more Gold's Man-Eaters, though, like, I really need to see how people punish them. I don't think I've ever been like, dang, why did I take Gold's Man-Eaters? I'm pretty sure they're just a core unit in the roster. And they should be treated as such, which means that we take the maximum amount of them. This is how you play Warhammer. Lead Belchers are kind of artillery. You wouldn't call Gisele's artillery, right? It's not really how it works. Alright, let's check out his factions. So Martinus is Empire, Greenskins, Warriors of Chaos. Obviously, we ban Empire if we want to play, thing. Scrap Launcher is not effective against anything, no. Scrap Launcher is just kind of weak. How's the Greason going? 50% win rate. Better than I thought. We found the secret way to make Greasus top tier? Maybe. You can boost the leadership of Gold's Man-Eaters into infinity with Greasus. So, I think you can maybe make a death blob with them. And the Rampage can also protect your ranged tools. So, you kind of have options. He's a support tool. He's there to make your melee front line last a lot longer. And it's pretty cheap, too. Leadership Horde Master is only 50. He just has to not be routing. Anyways, let's ban Martinus's Empire. Get him to play Warriors of Chaos or Greenskins. Ogres should be pretty good against both. The only thing is, like, I guess Doom Divers and Hell Cannons. So they can't outrange me. And then maybe I'll have to do another Fat Rush. Die again. I feel like being the aggressor feels so bad in Warhammer. I hate playing on my opponent's half of the battlefield. We'll see, though. We'll see. Uranins, the artillery. Oh, yeah, that is some forbidden tech. It's definitely some forbidden tech, yeah. Although Doom Divers, Uranins won't do nearly as well. It's kind of a slow process. It's really hard to dodge, though. It's very easy to miss in Domination. It's not like Land Battle. You kind of have to keep your eyes everywhere. And it's not entirely accurate either. So you have to be a little wary. Forgot the blocker. We haven't started making our thing yet. He bans Wood Elves. Alright. Ogre time. Ogre time, hero. Who's he gonna play? I think it's Warriors of Chaos and Greenskins. Can both be very sus versus Ogres. Let's take a look at the map. The map is Road to Talabheim. Big old flat map. Yeah, it is dodgeable, but like, even at the highest level of play, unless you're like in the very top tier of players, dodging that type of stuff consistently is very difficult in Domination. He's playing Warriors of Chaos. As expected. So, the Warriors of Chaos. They require some shenanigans. Because if they get shot with their artillery piece, you're a dead man. You just can't. You just can't get killed by a hell cannon here. It's very painful. Hell Cannon will ruin ya real fast. Kite incoming. I don't think you can kite the ogres. Martin is one of my best friends. I hope he crushes you in the name of the dark gods. I will gladly accept an attempted crushing. But I'm sorry to say we will be coming out on top. Unless he abuses the fact that I have Greasus, in which case we die immediately. Oh god, Greasus, why? Why must you be like this? What armor do I want? Composition-wise, I have, what does this do? Spell resist? What is he gonna do? Is he gonna rampage me? Let's see, Warriors of Chaos are not that scary, I think. Warriors of Chaos, I feel, are entirely manageable. Maybe I'm greatly mistaken. Hellstrider surrounds and the like. Forsaken spam. All of that brutal business. Can definitely throw ogres in for a loop. But there's only so many units this guy can bring. There's only so much he could do without just getting crumped. Let's see here, because I'm pretty sure this is a good matchup for ogres. Based off that ranged principle that we were talking about earlier. The man with the longer gun typically wins it, and lead belchers beat out skirmishers, so he's gonna have to rush somehow, right? Maybe he'll get some sick hell cannon dodges. I don't know. I think this game entirely revolves around his hell cannon. I think it just fully revolves around, can he get a hell cannon on my face? And there's only one way to find out. And that's by loading in. Until he doesn't bring a hell cannon. He brings like some weird Chaos Knight build or something. Watch out for the wild Chaos Knight with lances from nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a whole right click to get him killed. Anyways, no vultures. Hey, Rent-A-Cat, what's up? Thank you so much. Yeah, vultures, we have discovered, they kind of suck. If a unit doesn't do well in a vacuum, why even bother buffing them? Now, my plan here is simple. So I have an absurd number of man-eaters. We have Greasus, we have a Rampage. So if he does go for a fat surround, these guys should be fairly safe, right? Ready, good luck, have fun. I see. He also has no units. What is going on? Okay, so it's no units versus no units. He went for Mutilate Vortex Beast. Dragon Ogre Shaggin. Alright, well, if there's one time Greasus is gonna cook, it's gonna be now. Greasus should be able to cook pretty hard here. And Noblar Pigback Riders especially will have a field day against an army like this. I just have to, yeah, I just gotta get my lead belchers firing away. There's no way he can actually catch the lead belchers in this game. They're just too good, right? Alright, so we're gonna click Archaon to make it look like I'm shooting at Archaon. Then we quick swap to the dragon, to the Mutilith. And then he pulls away. Smart plays, good sir, smart plays. Anyways. Yeah, as long as these guys kill the Forsaken, the Noblars kill everything else, I think we'll be okay. It's gonna be very hard for him to get into this kind of Death Star we got going. Really is just the Forsaken that's a little spooky. Here we go, capture point number 1. And a few free pot shots on his Hellstriders of Slanesh. A solid opener. A very solid opener indeed. And then we can start making our way downtown. We'll leave one man-eater here to stop him from Forsaken capping this point. I don't want him to just steal the point. That would be painful. And I really just need the one lead belcher, because he has a very melee-centric army. And if I'm not careful here, we just die. Now, these points are super close to each other, so I can just chill here in my kind of Death Star, and I think we just win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but without a Hell Cannon, there's not a lot he can do, right? Kind of just... He ran all the way here. He's miles away. Okay. Alright. So my dude does not want to tussle with us. We got the fear in him. We got the big fear. That's good. He's trying to lure me into a bad position. So I'm just gonna scoot up with these guys. And then, yeah. So how are you guys doing? Another non-Hell Cannon. Yo, you mad lad, man. What a mad lad. Red the cat. Oh my gosh, with the gifted something. But yeah, he's playing really passive. Like, there's no point for me to go for this. Point. Like, there's just no reason. Right? Like, if he just wants to dance in my forest, you know, you can go for it. But, this kind of core of ogre strength is just kind of, it's just gonna keep on building up. You can push him back miles away. Now, he is going to go for a big fight. His magic is limited to just Archaon, though, and with the leadership buffs that Greasus gives, my Noblars might actually not rout. His composition is not the strongest in the world. Okay, so he's going for my backfield now. Makes sense. We'll have to pull in just a couple dudes. Let's keep bullying his Hellstriders. Why not? Okay. We have secured our position again. And we got another free couple hundred damage. That's not too bad. I'll take it. Alright, well, yeah, that was just a bad trade for him, right? That's just a bad trade. He's already down a few hundred gold. I have Ogre Bulls into the horizon. Alright. Alright, dude. Alright. He doesn't even want to try the fight? Come on, man. Well, there you go. Such is life. He's pretty screwed. But, like, you can at least try to go for the big RNG. Mad lad, man. Signs up for a tournament. Doesn't even want to tussle. I guess such is life. Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, so you thought I was going to go for, like, the big single entity build, I guess, and then went all in against it. Greasus OP. Yeah, Greasus, clearly. Greasus was the real menace, right? Honestly, the leadership buff is kind of spooky, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, he brought Ace on the... Oh, no, he brought a Mutilith Vortex Beast. There's no way that does anything. Dragon Ogre is pretty rough, too. And then, like, I got the Man-Eaters and stuff. But, like, come on, man. Whatever, it's fine, you know. Preferences, preferences. Hell Cannon absolutely would have changed everything. Hell Cannon would have made it an actual fight. It would have been me trying to use magic. Maybe he dodges the magic, and then we get into a weird situation. The thing is, the moment he summons it in, I would just push with the lead belchers and probably shoot it to death. So I think he would still lose, but it would have been a proper tussle. That's kind of disappointing though. I killed 31 units with lead belchers and then he tapped out. At least a blaze of glory yet, like I did with the Tomb Kings game 1. God, that Tomb Kings game was so painful. Holy crap, man, Tomb Kings. Ogres into Tomb Kings has to be like the worst idea I've ever taken. All right, anyways, as long as I win this last one, my odds of making it to semis is set. The only competitors that might push me out of semis, it's Maximilianaire, Oleg Val, Sampo, and Rusto. They're the only ones with enough points that could potentially beat me. But I think just with how many signups there are, I think it's guaranteed as long as I get 3 wins. It doesn't mean I'll probably have to face one of these spooky players, though. God, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I I think maybe I just have an aura, or maybe it's just maybe this happens a lot. But yeah, I guess this build's too spooky. Ever since I stopped taking vultures, life has been going so well. You know, everyone has 2 builds saved for every matchup. One regular and one burst into city. Okay, this build's not that different from usual, right? I guess it is a little heavier on the main eaters than most people will go for, but it's not that different. Is your aura 55-meter radius? It's map wide. Oh god. That guy's friend must be so bummed. Oh no. Oh man. Yeah, the Dark Gods. Dark Gods dipped. Mutalith Beast is better than you'd expect against ogres. Alright. I'll bite. Let's see here. Mutalith Vortex Beast. We'll take one of those. We'll take a Chaos Sorcerer so he doesn't impact the tussle as much. And then, I want to see this. If it can kill a unit of main eaters, I'll be impressed. This Mutalith Vortex Beast is dramatically more expensive than man eaters. It does have a Mortis Engine effect. I'll take that into account, because that is extra value. It's not just a 1v1 into man eaters most of the time. It probably helps with terror routes against ogre bulls. It does have a proper Mortis Engine. It gives +8 melee attack, which is pretty good too. And honestly, not bad. Yeah, look at this guy. Yo, he's kind of cooking. Looky there. Oh crap! Is it just the suit? No, it's not. It is the Mutalith. So Mutalith Mortis Engine damage, actually pretty painful. So it does die, but if you include the Mortis Engine effect on other units, it's probably not as bad as I gave it credit for. That's surprisingly decent. That Mortis Engine. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Interesting. How much does it cost? 2,100? God, that's expensive. But if they're Noblar spamming with like ogre bowls, yeah, I could see it doing well. Relatively tanky. It's relatively tanky. Huh. Jazzy McFunk, that's rude. Rude. How dare you? How dare you? Why never do campaigns anymore? I do actually. I did a Savior Disaster campaign the other day. I want to do another Savior Disaster campaign, but I gotta get that one edited first. And why don't I just play more campaigns in general? It's because honestly, I don't really have a lot of fun just playing normal campaigns. If it's not a disaster campaign, why am I playing, you know? There's also like the other thing too, where like multiplayer was doing well for a bit. But like, I think it's a mix of multiplayer was doing well for a good time. And the fact that campaigns, I just couldn't really find one that was interesting for me to play. I don't really have the itch to play them. So if I did do it, I would only be doing it just for the sake of it. Whereas multiplayer, I'm having a great time right now. And disaster campaigns, I'm definitely having a great time. Those are really fun. I think I have 2 that people sent me that we're kind of sitting on right now. All right, here we go. I win one more. We make it to semis. We win with Greasus. We call it a day. Yo, anyone know if Ushopti died to Lead Belcher? I doubt it. I mean, not Lead Belcher, Iron Blaster. I doubt it, but something in my head says it's possible. Maybe it'll cook, you never know. It could do well. It could be garbage. I recommend melee testing. Melee testing what? Okay, so this thing is further ranged than your average chosen of the gods. It doesn't kill them at max range, but you can get a little closer. Yeah, it's actually not that bad as like a really, really slow grind unit. But technically, if this thing, if it eventually kills them, it's still an uptrade. You can totally just give away a couple points and just kind of hope that it hits them. You can get a little bit closer too. Just take a look at this. All right, so they shoot, you dodge. Now you're closer. And then you can do stuff like this. Close range shots. Look at that. You know what? This might actually be the way. I'm not going to lie. God, this thing is slow though. Holy moly. Come on. Come on. You got it. Oh, God. They shot again. Okay. You can dodge with it though. You can absolutely dodge with it. And when it misses, it hurts. You don't want to just miss with this bad boy. He can also advance and get closer to guarantee shots against you. Oh, come on. You're not going to shoot after that? Come on. Come on. Oh, God. It misses real bad, doesn't it? Okay, all right. Here we go. And they shoot. And then I shoot. Oh, jeez. Honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. If he wastes all of his ammunition shooting the Iron Blaster, maybe. You can definitely value trade for a long time with an Iron Blaster against Tomb Kings. If you shoot like their cavalry, but I would not shoot their Rushofti. I think it's a waste of time. What happens if you blood vulture them with fistful of laurels? They probably still die. I don't think there's much you can do to blood vultures to get them to kill Ushopti while they're getting surrounded by Nakara horsemen. Anyways, Iron Blaster is okay out of 10. Gets 1,000 gold value against them. And you can desummon it for a pretty penny. That's basically it though. It's not that cool. Wonder if it's worth it for chevron accuracy? Never. There's a big reason why chevrons have never caught on. Like, generally, the way I analyze if something is good or not is if it sees wide adoption. Because when something is good, people are going to run it. You saw this with Mantide, right? It doesn't matter how filthy or samey the playstyle is. With the exception of maybe, like, single entity spam. I still feel like people should be going for that single entity build as Kislev. But I think, maybe it's just not working for them. I think maybe people just haven't practiced the build enough to actually be good at it. Because people go for the Ogre Kingdoms variant, where they spam Ogre Kingdoms single entities. So I don't know. Maybe they're just playing it wrong. Maybe they're like overcommitting. They don't know the spells well enough. I have no idea. Maybe they don't own Mother Ostenkia DLC. That actually could be a big factor. Steam Tank at home, yeah. Anyways, when it comes to chevroning has never really caught on. It has never really left the experimental phase. People try it, but it never sticks around in people's builds, which tells me that it's not worth trying out. Single entity build as Kislev requires a lot of micro. I guess you do take a lot of cavalry with that build.
You can only cast spells empowered by the Morshard.
You can only cast spells empowered by the Marshard. You want a Marshard? You got a Marshard request? Marshard is this thing. It only has one use though. Dude, I'm already running Greasus. Alright, I'll take Marshard. I don't know if like it's the only spells I'll run. Because there's no way I'm spending 60 winds of magic in one go, right? The only way to do that is to desummon the guy. And he'll be so expensive after. I will say though, Mawshard Lore of Death is hilarious. Because you can Fate of Buna. You have to unsummon and resummon him. I will do what I can without throwing the game. That's as far as I'll go though. But yeah. Summoning in 400, like wasting 400 gold on a resummon every time you want to cast a spell is pretty bad. Although I will say, with Fate of Buna, it might actually be worth. Against some very cavalry heavy factions, Fate of Buna eats cavalry for breakfast. If I can fit it in there, I will. Yeah, Regiments of Renown are way superior to Chevroning. And a lot of the time, people don't even take RORs. Well, yeah, Mashard Buna one-shots like all cavalry. Heartseekers is a bad example, though, because they're not even armored, man. And they're, like, really low HP. If you want a unit that you can really show off Mashard against, you take something that's, like, precious to people, you know? Like the Knights of Immolation. Alright. Although they're kind of memey though. But like you can take like elite cavalry. Hell, you could probably, I kind of wonder if you can kill Kadai with these guys. So if you take Mawshard, so Kadai have natural magic resist because they're low entity. But Mawshard might be able to offset that. Is it worth it though? I don't know. Spell Mastery work on Buna? Yeah. No, Spell Mastery works on like all direct damage. You might be getting it wrong. Unless I'm gravely mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it works on Buna. Alright, let's take a look. Spell Mastery 60% is huge. Whoops-a-days. Accidentally shot one of the Kadai. It's fine. We'll just see whatever value he gets. But yeah, no, it works on basically everything that does damage. Damage is like the most reliable thing it buffs. Alright, so take a look-see. We got Fate of Buna. Mawshard Buna time. So if we cast that on Kadai, this guy gets 600 gold value. Interesting. Very interesting. So you get 600 gold value on the Buna. If you cast that twice, 1,200. Is it worth the D summon? It's probably not. But in a pinch, if you have to use your magic, it's actually not that bad casting these spells on lower entity units. No, Snickery Doodle. Keep for. I'm gonna ban Furuncle. It's gonna be a banned word in my chat. I swear to God. All right. Anyways, yeah. Generally, though, what you're gonna be casting your Buna on is like, if you have a Dark Elf unit and they have like a Cold One Knight, this is about as good as you're gonna get most of the time. I wonder if it'll get more than 600 gold value. So Mawshard contributes a good amount of that gold, but it's only like 100 something. So it really isn't worth the cast in terms of raw value. But the fact that it probably outright kills a unit might be worth the time spent. So let's take a look here. See how much value you can get from an Onyx Crowman. Probably quite a bit. That bomb drop one is insane. It's not an optimal Buna target. It isn't. But you don't always get the most optimal Buna target. I think this is about as good as you can get. Most of the time. People aren't going to bring in like Cold One Dread Knights against your Butcher of Death. Unless you leave them in reserve, which is hilarious. But yeah, so Overcast Mawshard Buna brings these guys down to 1,480 HP. It nets you 770 value. So, 772 divided by 0.16 means that subtract 772. So that means you get an extra 300 damage. You get an extra 300 damage by using the Maw Shard, or 300 gold. If you desummon this guy, you get back 425. So you lose 425 gold on desummon. It's close. Honestly, it's kind of close. If you can find a good enough target for Maw Shard, it may be worth it to desummon this fool. But it's a tight one for sure. I'll try it though. I think it's a fun combo. But you have to hit some expensive cavalry. Tooltip says it doesn't work. It says the damage maxes out at default damage. Yeah, but it's lying. I don't trust no tooltips. That Buna definitely did way more damage than I'm used to. Here's a normal Buna for comparison. My gut tells me Buna will take the cavalry down to a little over half HP. Or actually, it might be a little bit less actually. I think it might be slightly under half HP was the right value. I don't know. Let's see if my gut's right on this one. So this is un-Maw Shard cast. Should be a little under half. Yeah, if we take a look. So Buna does what, 3,000 something damage? Is it 3,300 for Buna? Forgot to take Winds of Magic boosters. Is it a mistake to cast Maw Shard before Buna? Wonder if spell mastery only matters on cast or also after. I think it's only on the cast. I'll check though. So yeah, if I just cast the Buna, it does not do that much amplify damage, right? It gets them a little under half. Yeah, so yeah, about half of their HP is gone. Big question though, does it? Can you spell amp afterwards? So based on my hunch, I don't think spell amping afterwards is what does it. I think it's the cast that matters. But I could be entirely wrong here. I haven't actually tested this. Also, yes, Buna wants 25 models or more. That's basically all spells. If you're casting magic, make sure they got 25 models. Technically, though, if they have 16 models, but they're extremely expensive, it still is pretty worth, I would say. Like, Kadai costs 1,400 gold, right? That's 400 more gold value than you would usually on like a 1,000 compared to like a 1,000 gold unit. So I don't think it's entirely wasted. All right, attack speed and joy. Here you go. So we cast that, and then we do this. Maw Shard after the fact. It does work. Oh, that's crazy. Didn't even know that was a thing. Ah, it does work. How long does this last? 22 seconds? This thing lasts 18 seconds? It doesn't really matter that much. He was right. Spell amp is post. Whoa, that's crazy. I still think you cast Maw Shard first, though. Because, well, I guess technically, the damage ended up being the same, didn't it? Oh, okay, no, you got slightly more value. Okay, so if you time it perfectly, you get a little bit more juice out of your Buna. But you can cast Maw Shard if you forgot to. Interesting. Yeah, it did slightly more damage. You got like what, 10 more gold worth of value? Interesting, though. Okay. So you can cast a spell. You can cast a spell with the Wood Elf caster, run into the forest, and then get Blessing of the Ancients, and it will buff. What in the jank? Crazy. Them some crazy shenanigans. Now you're gonna tell me Power of Darkness can be spell amped. I think it would just spell amp the damage though, right? Not the magic you get. That would be pretty crazy if it did. Although, who knows anymore? Who knows? Warhammer's weird. It matters since Buna has a 5-second wind up. So like, but you have to cast it immediately, and the damage on Buna is almost immediate, so it would be very hard to actually get it going right. But it is true. If you play it completely optimally, I think you can say that. That's how it works. So this says that the power recharge does not amp. If I cast this, how much power recharge are we getting? 80. Dang it. What a ripoff. Alright. So I don't think I get the actual better amp, unless it's lying here too, and it's also bugged. Weird. Alright. So how much win should this give me? This is supposed to give me, what? 0.7 times 20. Should give me 1.4 wins of magic in the reserves. It's kind of hard to tell though, right? So if I cast it on this unit, so I have 45 plus 44, and then it's done casting, right? 45 plus 44, or I mean, it should give 14 wins of magic. So minus 55 minus 50, 16. Did I do my math right? Is it getting amped? Oh god, not like this. It might be getting amped. It's hard to tell. Off by 1 arrow decay. Off by 1, okay. Yeah, so it should not be possible to get 16 wins of magic normally. This is so nitpicky. It is. So this is, yeah. So you start with 80 wins of magic. This costs 4. So in theory, right? It costs 4 wins of magic. So you should be at 76 wins of magic. Plus 14. I should have 90 wins of magic after, right? So if you pause the game here, 71 plus 18 is, yeah, 89. Effectively, we're at 90 wins of magic, right? That makes sense. Okay. What if I go in the forest? So that's minus another 4, plus another 14. I should be at about 99 wins of magic. Give or take 1 wins, right? So if I cast it again, what are we looking at? So we cast it again. And then we pause. So, let's see, minus 71, minus 31. That's a 3 wins of magic difference. That's about how much it would be if this was spell amped. Oh no! It actually does get spell amped? You're kidding me. It actually gets spell amped. Oh god, CA. Why every time, man? Every time. Why do I why do I have to be the one doing this? Bugs. Spell still getting amped, even though it says it's capped. Let's see here. So make a new post. We'll put in bugs. And then we'll find that image that I just took. Spell gave 16 wins of magic when with 20% amp. I'm not crazy, right? How's this a bug? I thought it was intended. Well, something's bugged. Because it says up to. It says up to. Oh, well, I guess it says plus. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess that's what it means. So up to means that intensity can go up to 100%. I see. No, it's just really bad. Okay, no, I should put this in feedback then. It's not a bug. No, yeah, it's not a bug. It's just really bad UI. Okay, no. It's what it's saying is the spell amp can be 100%. God, that's also terrible. Misleading UI. UI says the amplification can be up to plus 80%. Can be misinterpreted as the spell can't be spell amped. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Because plus 80 is the default value. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Yeah, it's saying what the modifier can be. It's not saying what the actual thing is, right? So you do benefit from the spell amplification. And it goes up until 100% intensity. Which, like, it shouldn't say that there, right? It should be beside intensity, where it says intensity max is at 200. The UI should say intensity maxes at 200% for more clarity. All right. Well, that's done. Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, so this is getting spell amped. It does give you more power recharge and reserves. It will do more damage. It's just saying the intensity max is at 200%. God, that's really misleading UI. That's really misleading. Holy crap. At least we know, though. At least I know. I'm up against Ulrich Rahl next. Yo. Alright, let's see if we can ogre this guy. Ogre Kingdoms, what was it? Vampire accounts and Wood Elves. Let us see. If we lose this, no semifinals for me, but honestly deserved. Let's get our lobbies up. Is tournament still going? Yeah, we're in our 4th round right now. What'd you do to lose the first round? I played Ogres into Tomb Kings. And then I kind of had a bad build for rushing, because turns out the flyers for Ogres kind of suck in a vacuum. Norska, Batonia, Slanesh. So I could play Ogres versus Slanesh. It's kind of insane, but not impossible. We're on Imperial Ambush. Okay. Imperial Ambush. It's a variant of Imperial Road with more forests. Norska, Batonia, Slanesh. Okay, the thing is, though, Norska and Batonia is free. I might as well play Ogres into Norska and Batonia. It's just so free, right? Although I did lose my last Ogres into Batonia. Maybe I would rather play against Slanesh. Honestly, Slanesh would be pretty jokes. I don't know if they can actually punch through the Man-Eaters. They would need a really chunky front line. No, there are actually a couple spells that aren't either 1 target or 25 targets. I'm pretty sure I saw there were a couple that, like, were different when I was looking at when I was trying to mod the game. I might be wrong, though. I might be wrong. Alright, let's ban Batonia. Why not? We'll ban Batonia for the memes. And then he'll pick Slanesh. And then I will get to test my might against Slanesh. Can I maintain the perfect win rate against the Slaneshi? Honestly, I feel like I got a good build for it. Are we ever going to get more ranged ogre infantry? I'm talking about actual ogres. Were there any in lore other than man-eater pistols and lead belchers? Alright, we just gotta do our picks and bans. Here we go. Alright, yeah, it looks like it bugged. Alright, it's fine. Alright, give me Slanesh. I want the pain and the suffering. So our band is Betonia. You banned my wood elves, makes sense. Ogre time. Ogre time, here we go. Play Slanesh, I dare you. Play it, Ulrich. You don't want to play Norska into ogres, that's a death sentence. Unless skin wolves are really good here. Pretty sure we've seen the whole ogre roster from tabletop in game at this point. Rip. Hey, they can add more, right? Just give ogre handguns. A sniper ogre unit. I feel like that would be cool, you know? Let's go! He's playing Slanesh. Hell yeah! Alright. We die or live at the hands of Slanesh. So what, you wanted Maw Shard, was it? You wanted some Maw Shard shenanigans? Oh, Nelly. Maw Shard shenanigans abound. It's here. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy for what you're about to do to me, good sir. This is gonna be sus. It's gonna be very sus. Although, okay, there is some very funny shenanigan I can do. God. It's so dumb, though. It's very dumb. But technically, there's another route I can do with Maw Shard that is hilarious. You guys might already know what I'm thinking of. But we'll see. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Alright. Maw Shard shenanigans. You donated. I oblige. Let's see here. So, Slanesh is scary. Because they have a lot of things that can murder me. Double flaming sword, you mad lad. It's true. It's the forbidden tech. Alright, so Slanesh is a spooky faction, right? They got chonky infantry, they got really good cavalry. But they have some very core weaknesses that I may be able to exploit. Possibly. Fingers crossed. Oh, goodness gracious, fingers crossed. But yeah, how bad can they be? It's just Slanesh, right? It's just Slanesh. Nobody's ever been worried about facing Slanesh before. Definitely not me. I'm too powerful to lose to Slanesh. What am I doing? Playing against Slanesh with Greasus? Am I insane? Okay, here's the thing. Greasus is actually... You can't get shot to death by Slanesh. So actually, it's like the biggest big brain maneuver you've ever seen in your lives, okay? If Greasus can't get... If he can fight Slanesh in melee, can rampage Slanesh, no cycle charging. Can he catch anything on the Slanesh roster? Technically, he's the same speed as Sigvald, which is to say, everything on the Slanesh roster is the same speed or faster. I'm pretty sure Slanesh warriors are also 40 speed, although they might be 38. I'm surprised no one's banning your ogres. Everyone's banning my wood elves instead. Or vampire counts. Mostly the wood elves, though. Wood elves can be really annoying versus a lot of factions. And they also know my playstyle, and they don't want to get kited, probably. It's like, wood elf kite's kind of painful. Although, like, you know, like, unless you're bringing in, like, the real chonker factions. But like, Wood Elves are just a really strong faction nowadays. They're just kind of good. I should change my faction. Let's be the Sons of the Mountain. Okay, no, that's way too pink. Let's see here. Let's go Lazargs. There you go. Technically, the standard banner is Greasus, though. So, like, you know, we're kind of missing out on the thematics here. But maybe I'll mind game him. And he'll think I'm not bringing Greasus. And then he'll get hard countered by the Greasy boy. He'll be sick. You got a problem with pink? Today, I do. For this battle, yes. Comet of Cassandora Mashard versus Slanesh. No, it's a lot more boring than that. It's a lot more boring, but hey, it might work. If it works, it works. This is gonna be so silly though. This match right here is gonna be so silly. It might dumpster him though. That's the funny thing. I'm thinking about what Slanesh can bring, and I can't think of a build that, like, I would be comfortable playing into this Ogre Kingdoms build. Yeah. And Pavane's banned, so he can't even Pavane me. So, like, he has, like, no magic. Dude! Oh my god, he's a dead man. He's so dead. There's no way, man. There's no... It's like... Slanesh is a sucky faction, man. They suck. Obviously. I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. This is terrifying. If I lose this, it's over, man. We're done for. Oh, boy. Camouflage your ogres and Slanesh player can't tell the difference. But then I can't tell the difference. Just be all on top of each other. And Slanesh loves that. Anyways, yeah. On the spectrum of things he can bring, Slanesh really lacks in spear units. They don't have that much anti-large outside of their Hellstrider spam. So maybe it's okay. Maybe we live. Was Pavane banned in that epic tournament you played with Slanesh yesterday? Indeed it was. We dominated with Slanesh without Pavane. It was hilarious. We rocked the world, man. Slanesh is so good. Anyways, I brought the ultimate weakness. Mashard Spirit Leech shenanigans. Think about it. Oh, this is weird deployment zones. Okay. Your Imperial Ambush is a interesting match. I wonder if I like it or not. I'll have to see. You definitely get a big high ground advantage, big defender's advantage. People have been mixing it in more recently. So you still get your home point. I love how we're both ambushing each other. That's what Imperial Ambush is. The thematics of this map. You got one side deploying over here, one over here. They're both meeting in the middle. Why do they want to control a road? I don't know. Anyways, I brought Mashard Spirit Leech. I'm going to Spirit Leech his Lord to death extremely quickly. And then we're just going to chill on this point and play extremely safe. That way, he has to come to me. Slanesh is really good on the offensive, but not that good in a melee grind if your opponent is dedicating themselves to it. I have 3 Gold's Man-Eaters. This should be as difficult as it gets for Slanesh. The one Lead Belcher is here to make sure his skirmishers don't punish me. You'll see it in a bit. And then it's Pigback Rider spam. Assuming the Man-Eaters, the Gold's Man-Eaters hard carry, I should be fine. Oh yeah, and I have Greasus. So Greasus lets me just Death Star him. That's the idea. Greasus will let me just get a very powerful force. How close are these points? They're fairly close. I can probably control this space and just let him take this because it's way too far away. Yeah, how long until turn draws a dong here? I feel like I feel like if he uses this map, I give him 1 day. I give him 1 day and then we get dongered. Alright, so the play is simple. Maw Shard Spirit Leech spam. That way I can be more magic efficient. That should help me out, right? Being very magic efficient. Ready? Good luck, have fun. And yeah, it's gonna come at the cost of like a little bit of gold efficiency, but that's fine. Greasus has his AoE leadership buff. Keep my Noblars in the fight. Slaanesh is way worse when units don't route. I'm gonna unsummon my caster. You can bet that. All right. I'm not just gonna leave him on the battlefield. This guy has to get some work in. Here we go. He went for skirms and an exalted keeper of secrets. Okay, that's honestly totally fine by me. Skirmishers means that he cannot full rush my face down. In fact, he has 3 of them. That's a very expensive money sink that he's just plopped down on these guys. It makes a full rush more or less impossible. And he has spears in the far distance. Okay, that's totally fine then. That's totally fine. So all we got to do now is get my other lead belcher in here. Control a little bit of space, why don't we? And then Spirit Leech is Lord Death. You gotta get a little closer though, unfortunately. He does have a lot of infantry too, so we must be wary. The second lead belcher is probably the riskiest part here. He has gone very infantry heavy, so normal ogre bulls is probably the best play. All right, there you go. Get Spirit Leech, son. So that's gonna be very painful. You don't want to just get Spirit Leech like that at the very beginning of the game. We desummon him. Okay, there we go. Okay, now how aggressive is he gonna be? I have ogre bulls. I doubt he's just going for it. What a mad lad. Okay. He's just going for it. What an insane person. You don't want to do that, man. Dude, they're all gonna die. He's just going for it. All right, we'll get rampaged. Greasus, what a mad lad. I can't believe it. No one expects the Greasus rampage. That's hilarious. Okay, so that's gonna hurt him a lot. Because he just straight up loses a Hellstrider at the very beginning of the fight. These guys just gotta back it up to safety, right? As long as we can play on the defensive, I'm in a reasonable situation here. There we go. His lord shouldn't be too painful. There you go. Go there. Shoot out his lord. As soon as we get him killed, I'm happy. And I can bring in the Spirit Leeches in again if I really want to. Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, they're taking heat. His lord is not very happy about the current state of affairs, is he? Okay, there we go. Let's slow down his Hellstriders. Over here. I'm gonna lose one of my lead belchers. Unfortunate, but his lord is probably gonna be hurting, right? So there's another big old Spirit Leech. Greasus does help with the leadership a bit, but it's not gonna be perfect here, right? But yeah, his lord's hurting real bad. That's a plus. It's a plus. Get the desummon off. This guy already has I can't check his value. Game's bugging out. But you know, we're killing off his dudes fairly well. I have another pigback rider here. This engagement is not going the best for him, right? But I did get a couple ogre bulls caught up. But if his lord goes down, he's gonna be hurting real bad. And these guys just got annihilated. They're getting squished in there. Maybe if I can just get a solid shot with my lead belchers, we'll be okay. He only caught the one, and I only need the one to get value, and we'll be fine. Value trading's going okay so far. Spawn of Slaanesh is crazy. Okay, okay there, buddy. Let's see here. But yeah, his Lord's getting low. The thing is, he did manage to route off that little pocket. That's going to hurt a lot. There's not much I can really do about that. I really wish I could have prevented the heals, but such is life. Let's see if we can just pile driver on in here. I just got to make sure he doesn't get on top of my belchers, man. Ah, I see. Okay, so he's going for the flank point. That's actually pretty smart. So he's probably going to be able to route these guys off too. Unless we can stop them. At least the belchers live. Greasus is doing great. We get a solid charge on his guys over there. I will get another spirit leech off soon. He really wants to catch my belchers. Makes sense. There's a slow. Greasus is... I can rampage his horseman. Only caught one though. That's a little rough. His Lord's healing up like mad though. Value trading wise, I'm actually doing rather good, however. That's probably my saving grace here. Value trading is just going amazing. I can get a resummon off soon. Yeah, I have so many man-eaters. Okay. I think we may be able to win this off the backs of that. I just gotta keep these guys alive though. Greasus can definitely contribute. There you go. Pigback riders on the spawn. Perfect. Nice. Let's bring in a man-eater over here. These guys, I don't know, de-summon. Get this guy in. Get that spirit leech off. Nice. Oh, crap. He did catch the other one. Okay, there's the spirit leech. Okay, so his Lord's taking heat now. My man-eaters are doing lots of work. I might need to keep this guy on the battlefield, though, but his Lord's getting real beat up now. Holy crap. He's kind of getting annihilated. And here's the resurgence of the ogres. I got a lot of boys back. His Lord's so low. Okay. Let's see here. Let's heal up the man-eaters. Yeah, as much as I want to only spirit leech him with the thing, I should keep my caster on the battlefield now, most definitely. Most definitely. His Lord's so low, man. His Lord's so low. Anyways, these guys aren't gonna rout. Greasus is a Chad, and he's gonna keep their leadership up. There's the other spirit leech. Goodbye, expensive Lord. I'm sorry. Challenge failed, but the battle needs to be won. So he should just crumble away now. And I should be able to carry out the rest of the victory with Pigback Rider spam, because I think his Hellstriders just can't fight them. Assuming we do this right. Greasus can go over here. I need my guys on the point. And I just need one more Spirit Leech. Without a Lord, there's not a lot he can do. Although he can most definitely stall me out for like a really long time. Greasus against spawn at least is pretty funny. Okay, there you go. Lead Belcher's even lived. That's nice. It's a great time for that Spirit Leech. Just remember these guys, so they're slowed. And now it's time to recapture points. So I have to get points back ASAP. I think I'm gonna go for the middle point. That just seems like it's the most important one. Going for the flank point can get really sus really fast. There you go. All right. His Lord's dead. Goodbye, all of your leadership. Yeah, all right. Nice. I even have my guns online and operational. That's not bad. There's a big route. Thank goodness. All right, let's get this point. Dude, that was actually sick, though. We were deleting his Lord with those Spirit Leeches. This is a very efficient Spirit Leech usage. I can't believe it. All right, here we go. Nice. Dude, Slanesh really suffer when they get Lord sniped. That's the secret. It's so painful to just lose your Lord to something like that. Now my Noblars are finishing the job over here. I just gotta actually get this point. That's the hardest part. I gotta make sure we don't get murdered here. Very easy to just lose all your dudes. And then you never get the point because you have no army left. Okay, there we go. Fairly nice picks. I don't care about that Lead Belcher anymore. And now I can go for this flank point. Now that we've effectively traded up into everything, Now I can finally go for this point. Spirit Leech on these guys, just finish them off. And he taps out. I hope that was sufficient, man. I just beat Slanesh with Greasus and your Marshard suggestion, okay? If that wasn't worth your money, I don't know what was. Holy crap. Oh. Oh, God. That shouldn't have worked. It really shouldn't have. The main eaters, though, are kings, man. The kings of the grind. 1,700 value. 1,700? God dang. I did have to resummon him like 3 times, but he got the work done. I can't believe it. I beat Slanesh with Greasus. Oh, jeez. Boosting that Ogre Kingdom's win rate. Best faction in the game, my butt. Slanesh is chump change. We never lose when Slanesh is involved. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Alright. I think Ulrich Wall made it anyways. Oh, but he has a tiebreaker with Pizu. Interesting. He cost you 2,250 gold. Well, the D summons give me back a little bit of money, right? Oh, God. Yeah, that's the thing, though. I just really know how to play against Slanesh, I guess. This guy got 1,600 value. This guy only 600, but they paid for themselves. Greasus rampaged a Hellstrider. That's pretty jokes. It's an interesting strat. But, like, the problem with Slanesh is that if you start down trading too hard, you just lose. I think if he played it slower, he didn't need to rush me. I think he could have won by victory tickets if he just didn't rush. The spawn were pretty bad too, actually. Greasus actually kind of dumpstered on the spawn. Caster cost me 1,500. Honestly, that's not that worth. But killing off the Lord is all you need for it to be worth, man. That Lord snipe saved me the game. I just would've, you know what I should have taken? Like man-eater pistols or something. They could have actually shot the Lord way better than the lead belchers and probably defend themselves. Yeah, I basically played that like a land battle. Because if you don't go too wide, Slanesh is really weak. According to some people, Slanesh is bottom tier in land battle. Because of that type of play style. Yeah, spawn kind of sucked. There's a problem with them, though. So the way CA designed spawn, between the factions, they're all really similar. So if one spawn becomes good, all of them become good. You had this in early Warhammer Total War. And it got boring real quick when like when 4 out of the only 6 factions were spamming spawn. This can be fixed by making them more unique. But assuming they don't have the time for that, I probably would rather spawn be slightly on the weaker end than too strong. You know, if they're throwing darts at a dartboard, and they might come out too strong if they buff them. We're still doing the math on my dude. So I summoned in the butcher. I think I summoned him twice. Maw sharded twice. I don't know. In the end, he's probably not worth. You should probably just keep him around. Because like, if you want more winds of magic, you just get extra ingredients. Resummoning for Maw shard to get you more winds of magic is not worth it. Because you already have this. You can already take life leeching. That's more than enough wins for the late game. You don't have to be hyper efficient with Maw shard. It's funny though. And I was confident enough against Slaanesh where I felt like I could actually run such a weird build against them and still win. You like how one of the spawn's attack animations is basically a tantrum? It's just like, oh, it's pretty funny looking. Yeah, the dream for Maw shard is like, if they run their cavalry into your Buna multiple times over the course of the game, yeah, but like nobody's gonna do that. And I knew he was gonna bring Hellstriders, not like super elite Slaanesh cavalry. It's not worth it. Oh, Korok, you got a sub? Hell yeah. It was gifted by Rent-A-Cat. Yeah, emotes for the win. Anyways, yeah, resummon Maw shard, very sus. I did it though, alright? I did it. I can't believe we won. Oh man, that's crazy. I beat Slaanesh with a meme. Slaanesh is supposed to be OP, alright? Let me get this straight. Slaanesh absolutely is supposed to... They're supposed to dumpster everyone. I don't know what it is about me playing against Slaanesh that just makes me so much more proficient against them. Alright, we're up against Rusto again. I just have to... Now that I've learned how to play ogres properly, it should be way easier. It should be way easier to win. He's ogres, tomb kings, and beastmen. I ban the tomb kings. We play the ogre mirror. I win the game. It's simple. Or I leave the tomb kings up and we beat tomb kings. Impossible. Although, what's the map? Give me a second. Border low landing? I don't know. That might be a really good map for ogres. It's not. It's a really bad map. It's a really bad map for ogres into tomb kings. It's atrocious. 375 gold to delete a cold one night. Yeah, sounds like a good trade until you realize it costs 22 wins of magic, man. It costs 22 wins of magic. Your magic is supposed to get you about 2,000 gold value over the course of the game. And if you're losing 375 gold, that subtracts from the value you could be getting. Alright, give me the Ogre Kingdom's mirror. I dare you. So I'm gonna ban his Tomb Kings. This is really just gonna be ogres only today. I dare him to play Beastmen into ogres. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, it's ogres. All right, I'll take it. Ogre Kingdom's mirror match. It's all ogre now. Who is the better Ogre Kingdoms player? Oh boy. Thankfully for me, I did play this matchup in ye olden days. It's still gonna be a little spicy though. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to run Greasus. I just have to. I just have to run Greasus. There's always a chance that Greasus like way overperforms or something and we can all get really excited. If I win this tournament today with only Greasus though, I'm gonna turn it into a video. Alright? You betcha I'm gonna milk that content. I've been going pure Greasus all day. We can tell Turn. We can tell Turn that I accidentally won a tournament with Greasus. How would he react to that? Alright, here we go. Yeah, ogres are a spicy faction. The problem is you don't really have a lot of great magic against them. I'd say most magic is fairly inconsequential to ogres. They usually don't care about getting hit by magic. So I'll just go for this, because it's simple. Let's see here. Ogre bull spam is a weird one, because I think they get outclassed by a lot of the higher tier ogres. Could take this. Kinda sus up. Greasy build. Oh god. This is... You know what? I think I have to do this. This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Ogre Kingdoms. Ogre Kingdoms are very sus. Hey, maybe he'll take blood vultures and then we win. Who knows, man? Maybe he runs blood vultures. You don't know. Man, this build looks bad, man. I don't like this build. I don't like this build at all. Oh boy, this is really the build. Wow. Wow. You think Gorgers are still good in this matchup? They used to be. Alright. Let's see it. Give it to me. Give it to me, bro. I'm ready for a fight. I can play a mirror match. If he knows how to play ogres, though, I'm screwed. And I think he does. All damage over time spells are either 25 or 1. There's not a single campaign spell that's different? Or you're saying there's only one campaign spell that's different? Tarmacon in Diplomacy, he says, "You like what I did with this tyrant?" Bro, rude. Please let this be a Greasus mirror match. Oh god. Alright, I got try hard a lot in this battle. We must try hard exceptionally well. Because if I goof up, it's over. Some may even say it's ogre. Oh boy. Battle of the builds. He doesn't know what I'm bringing though. It can be very hard to predict an intensity build. Could be a full rush, could be full kite, could be mixed. Lead belcher spam. Noblar only. Possibilities are endless. Embassy Dark Elf all war max crisis mode was pretty fun. I might start dabbling in campaign again. I'm back in the experimental phase of YouTubing, where we gotta experiment a bit to see what captivates people the most. Although currently the thing that's doing best is like multiplayer, covering multiplayer tournaments, like post-tournament showing off. But yeah, there's, you know, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. Time constraints, though. I expect max shooting and max cav build. I'm not a big fan of the ogre cavalry. You gonna do Warcraft 3 streams in the near future? Probably. I have Turin's tournament to practice for. But like, I really gotta work on the channel. It's kind of my job, man. It's kind of my job. Alrighty. So I bought 2 iron blasters, of course. That's probably the most obvious thing I've done today. Fingers crossed it works. All right, Greasus. So if it comes down to an iron blaster battle, this guy can maybe spirit leech him to death. Spirit leech is a little bit of a weird one. Could have taken healing instead. But spirit leech is pretty nice for some targets. Turin's Warcraft content doesn't seem to get less views. It does for me though. That's all that matters. Turin's like, so Turin's pretty comfortable, at least as far as I can tell. He's pretty well set in the Warhammer right now. So he doesn't really have to worry as much about making sure that his content does well. For me though, it's kind of different, right? Like if I was really well established, sure I can do Warcraft easily, right? You know, just stream it, have some fun. But going as a variety streamer while you're still pretty early in your career is generally seen as pretty risky. Not saying it's impossible though, but you know, that's kind of what's on my mind as of late. Speaking from pure business. Oh, he went lead belchers, hell yeah. Oh, I misread. His Warcraft does get fewer viewers. Even worse. Even worse. Oh god. Alright, so he has 19 units. So he went Noblar Tide with lead belchers. I'm going to kite him into oblivion then. If it's gonna have to be an Iron Blast and max, it's gonna be an Iron Blast and max. This should be about as difficult as possible for him. Just gotta take a shot. Flank shot's really important here. I gotta make sure these things don't get caught by like cavalry or something. But yeah, we're just gonna take some pot shots here. That should work out pretty well. Because Noblars don't have range, so my man-eaters can have their way with them. He summons an Eshin. An Eshin boy, okay. So he goes for the Eshin man. Do I want more ranged? Honestly, one lead belcher is not the worst. I don't think he can rush me with this many lead belchers, right? Oh, he has some trappers here. Hilarious. That shot got me 100 gold worth of value. Trappers don't really damage these things very much, so that's not a big deal. Let's get a shot in over there. Nice. Very good. And then we just start bullying him, right? So these things are chariots, by the way. They can just pile into Noblars like nobody's business. And his range units can't really get a lot of work done either. So overall comfort levels are good. I think I can just charge these guys. Let's pull out of that business before it gets too hot though. Trappers can be a little spooky. Here we go. Nice. We'll take a pot shot over there. Blast them. Nice. Okay, and then we just back on up. Now there's his this is Eshin Maneater. You must be very careful around such targets. But if I just back it up, I should be okay. Saber Tusks are good. Greasus is fine. And then if we just kill off all these Noblars, I'll be okay. Let's send in the spears. Greasus needs to stay safe. Maneater at least took a lot of heat, which is nice. A lot of my money is in iron blasters right now, so I gotta be real careful that they don't start dying and all that. Greasus with his leadership buff is good though, and he's wasting a lot of shots on my artillery pieces here, right? So that should be pretty good. He even friendly fires his trappers a little bit. Very nice, very nice. Okay, there we go. Can I get a free shot in over here? I think we can. Let's get another Spirit Leech over there. He has Brag the Gutsman. All right. He's got the Gutsman. Kind of terrifying. Crap, my lead belchers. They've been chilling this whole time. Whoopsie daisies. There we go. More units. And then I just gotta get into his back line, right? Saber Tusks in the back line to kill his guys pretty fast. It's, whoa there. And he's really trying to kill my artillery pieces, isn't he? But it does mean that his front line is going to collapse. That's gonna be rather painful. Trading wise, it's very close indeed. Okay. Very close. Artillery pieces, yeah, they gotta chill. Okay, we did kill one of his lead belchers though. That's good. That's good. One lead belcher down. And I have pigback riders ganging up on him. That's as good as we can get. Saber Tusks are doing okay. They just gotta keep recharging these guys. And he's actually overextending with his lead belchers too, so that's gonna hurt him pretty bad. I have to keep my artillery pieces alive. They must live. If they die, it's all over, man. Like this one especially is getting so low. It does rout. That part's pretty rough. Maybe some Noblars can help rally it. There's a couple more charges and we'll be okay. Okay, there's another rout on his fools. Let's get a Spirit Leech on his Eshin Maneater. Okay, I got a decent route over there. I don't like that he still has so many of these lead belchers online though. I do have one of mine online, at least. Okay, there we go. We can finally heal this thing up. Come on, come back, you darn artillery piece. Big shot on his lead belchers. That's good. Okay, let's keep shooting over there. All right, we got a little bit of a push through. A little bit of a breakthrough on his forces. Artillery pieces are having a really hard time getting into like a proper fight though, but at least I have most of his Noblars on the run. That should at least be a decent shot, and probably Maneaters will do okay here. Nice, we did get a pretty good engage over there. Greasus is still alive. He's still alive, okay. Ah, but he has Mournfang Cavalry. Okay, so Mournfang Cavalry versus my great weapons. How does that pan out? I guess there's only one way to find out. Definitely a very sus battle though, right? Rampage to get his assassin off my butt. Very nice. And we can shoot them up. Come on, come on. Oh boy, Greasus. I sure hope you can win this fight against the Man-Eater. He's getting kind of pummeled, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here we go. At least his lead belchers are down. Come on, Greasy. Come on, Greasy boy. Live. Okay, Trappers are doing pretty good. Artillery piece is still alive, nice. I should be able to kill off these dudes over here. This one's back. It's rallied. That's a big plus. Greasus lives. Okay, all right. It ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. There's his lead belcher down. All right. I just gotta not get Bragg the Gutsman. All right, here we go. Greasus must live. Bragg the Gutsman. He's overextending though, right? If he keeps on going, he's gonna die. Let's see here. There we go. Nice, we routed off that force. All right, all right. Big routes, honestly. These are very big routes. Spirit Leecher is still alive. That's good. God, what a tussle, though. This is an absolute tussle. Just bashing into each other. As it was meant to be, I guess. Greasus, you're living. All right, yeah, you're living. You're good. Yo, those great weapon dudes, though. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. And there go his very expensive lead belchers. Nice. So they're basically completely gone now. All right. Anti-large boys. Let's hope they do well. And then I use my cannons to kill his Mournfang cavalry. Hopefully, anyways. That's what we're trying. Blast them up. Get them, Noblars. Let's see here. My anti-large ogres are killing Bragg. Bragg may very well fall here. That would be huge. Artillery pieces are still doing good. He does catch one, though. The one artillery catch is very painful. And Greasus is in a little bit of a pickle. We both are really low on money and units, but he loses one Mournfang cavalry. That's huge. Spirit Leecher is back in action. Yes, Spirit Leech that. Okay, so we rampage him to try and keep Greasus safe. Okay, here we go. It's not too bad. All right, Bragg's almost dead. He's almost dead. Dude, those Noblars are cooking so hard right now. All right, here we go. And a big fat blast with our artillery piece right there. Let's get the Man-Eaters. Man-Eater's a king, man. What is this thing doing? Bragg is not his lord, by the way. I kind of mistook him for that. But, yeah, with another unit over here, I think we're good. Massive melee damage on his poor Mournfang cavalry. I think that's his big screw up. I think going for Mournfang cavalry was what brought him doom. Because now they're all dead, man. His Mournfang cavalry are annihilated. And I still have my boys. I still have my Man-Eaters. So I just got to carry out this game then. What a tussle, though. What an absolute tussle. All right, little artillery pieces. I believe in you. Bragg got pretty healed up, too. His healing magic is very good here. But he's about to lose his heroes. That's good. Can I shoot Bragg the Gutsman? More pigback riders, of course, are really important here. Okay, let's bring this thing back. Run! Run, you darn artillery piece. He's really focusing it, too. He does not like the artillery pieces. It's the only one I have left, though. All right, Bragg. Let's see if we can kill him. Get an easy pot shot on his Mournfang cavalry. There you go. That's a huge hit. Bragg is surrounded, and I still have that capture point. As long as we hold the capture point, I'm fine. As long as we can hold it, we're A-okay. And I'm even capturing his far point with a severely injured unit. Greasus is still alive. He lives. All right, there you go. This is a good cav catch. Nice. Dude, this is such a nail-biter of a game. Such an insane nail-biter of a match. Okay, there you go. Bragg's going down. Hell yeah. Oh, boy. All right. Let's wheel this about. I just need one clean shot on that Mournfang cavalry unit. Oh, beautiful. Oh, they fully got wiped out. Holy crap. Did you see that? It cleared them out, brother. Oh, my it got each and every single one of them. I love Iron Blasters so much. Oh my gosh, what a massive play. What a huge play. Greasus rampage that bad boy. You ain't catching my artillery piece. Oh, that's a power play and a half. Oh, Bragg is gone. I don't think Bragg's making it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, never Mournfang Cavalry. Always, always Iron Blasters. Oh my god. All right, here we go. Who am I healing though? God, that was pretty disgusting actually. That was pretty cool. Okay, so he's piling on in. He really wants to get this point captured. But he just doesn't have the oomph anymore, does he? I think he wasted way too much ammunition on my Iron Blasters. I think that's what killed him in the end. Holy crap, though, that's hilarious. There goes his Eshin dude. Eshin dude down. Got my anti-large guys over here. He's finally gonna kill the Iron Blaster, but I think it's done enough. You can rest now, Iron Blaster. You served well for the cause. Greasus for capture weight. We got the boys on the point. I just gotta figure out who I want to heal. Probably these beasts. The main eaters that have carried me to victory today. Greasus is now on the point. And I think we did it. Let's not let up though. Oh god. Ogre's clearly OP. Yeah. Oh, you said ogre ability up? I'm trying to be careful with that. I really want to squeeze out that value. I don't know like which units I want to hit, you know. That might be a very important time to get it up. Hey, that guy rallied though. I'm gonna need more man eaters for sure. But anyways, Greasus is giving his leadership buff now. He hard carries with his leadership buff. There it goes. They're all dead. Oh man, dude, that Mournfang shot was so satisfying, man. 10 out of 10 most satisfying clips. All right, there you go, they're gone. Yeah, he really went hard on the single entities, I must say. And despite that, not being able to kill Greasus was a huge dub for me. Oh crap, Mournfang Cav incoming. That's some very elite Mournfang Cav. We'll just slow them down. Greasus is gonna stay safe in the pocket of the Noblar swarm. Let's bring in the boys. You have to fight there. Yeah, Greasus, you're just gonna chill, okay? You're just gonna kill. You're just gonna chill. I don't want to lose a game because you just get massacred. There you go. Pigback Rider's doing well. Bragg the Gutsman. He's going for the far point. As long as I hold this middle one, though, we're fine. Oh, he's going for him again. Rampage up. Oh, crap. He actually landed a hit on Greasus. Greasus, no. Let's see here. All right, Greasus. I need him to live for the capture weight. It actually is fairly important that he does not die here. If I can route his lord, though, we're set. Greasus lives. Okay. This guy goes down, so no more capture weight on that front. The main eaters are still doing great. Okay, so he routes. And just like that, we win. Oh, my God. Hell yeah, Greasus. The power of Greasus. Greasus doesn't seem that bad, to be honest. It would be a million times better if I had the beer drinking guy. Overwhelming win? Absolutely not. So these things barely did anything. Aside from draw fire. If he didn't waste all his time shooting them, I think he could have just killed my front line. Main eaters were great, though. Pigback riders were great. I think his big misplay was summoning in crushers. Ogre cavalry sucks against Iron Blasters. And they honestly suck against pigback riders, too. There were no single entities to snipe either, so Bragg just kind of got caught up. I think you have to go for man eater great weapons for this matchup. But there we go. We proved supremacy, lore victory with the over tyrant. 133 value. Yes, Greasus, good lord. Greasus, amazing lord, isn't he? Yeah, this is more. I'm winning despite Greasus, okay, guys? We're winning despite Greasus. It's not Greasus that's carrying here, okay? Maybe the rampage is kind of cool. Oh, crap, I checked out of the tournament. Are we still good? Can I recheck in? I misclicked. I clicked the wrong button. Okay, we're back. We're checked in again. I'm fine. So that was Ogres versus Ogres. Who would have guessed it? Ogres won. Yeah, holy value on the Greasus, man. Insane. Alright, it's Ulrich Wall and Maximilian. Oh god. Alright. This ended up becoming a challenge tournament. Oh god, save that clip and make it a short. There's so many clips I can do. I might just... I think I will turn this into a video after the stream. It's too good not to, right? That shot was so good. That shot was so good. I gotta. Maximilianer with vampire counts against ogres next. Oh, man. Dude, it's fun, though. It's fun. But, like, I have to play really well. I have to be so sweaty. 4 crushers, great weapons? Nah, man. Darstrick. I'm not gonna do that unless I get a beautiful matchup, man. I'm gonna veto that. I'll let you give a suggestion for another time, but I gotta win this. I have to win this tournament. You feel free to save that suggestion. All right, keep the receipt. 4 crusher great weapons though. Crushers suck, man. Crushers suck. All the Sky Striders can sometimes be okay. But like, dude, that's like my entire army. Like, I can't even start with that without taking like the cheapest caster lord you've ever seen. Like, this is the only way I can start with that army. I get like a Flock of Doom and like Wild Heart. I'm already running Greasus, man. I can only do the impossible so many times. Hopefully 5, hopefully not 4. Also, yeah, side shots from Iron Blasters are really good. I got my micro with them down pat with the release of Warhammer 3. Because they were so strong. What, did they cost like $13.50, I think? I'm pretty sure they cost $13.50. It was like ludicrously cheap. And yeah, you would... Like, every single game would be an Iron Blaster Microfest. Where you're trying to squeeze value out of them. Oh... He tries his best. Oh, talk about Greasus. Every time you play without doing his suggestion, adds another crusher to his count. Oh, God. Thunder Tusk? It's banned in this tournament. No Thunder Tusks. Okay, we're up against Ulrich Wall. Hell yeah. Yo, yo. We up. Alright. Ulrich Wall, we beat him once. We can beat him again. Will he still play Slanesh into us? I feel like if he does, he's gonna be so ready to murder us. I feel like a Slanesh build would be pretty spooky, but I think I didn't play that game against Slanesh perfectly. And there's a good chance that he gets screwed. The other options are Bretonia or Norska. Bretonia is a weird one against ogres. I did see Trebuchets get a lot of work done that one time, but it wasn't enough to win it. So I doubt Bretonia's gonna crush it here. I gotta ban Slanesh this time? Yeah, alright. We'll ban Slanesh this time. I gotta assert dominance, right? And then we face this Bretonia and Norska. Let's roll. Let's roll. Here we go.
Any one man-eater unit at rank 5 or more.
Any one man-eater unit rank 5 or more. Thank you very much for the Danish kroner. Rank 5? Wait, how expensive is that? Oh, easy. Just take the powder guts. Oh, okay, I can do that. I can do that. Easy peasy. Done. It's submitted. No takesy backsies. Let's go. All right. Powder guts are great, man. Hack loophole. Yeah, it's rank 9. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. I can't believe it. It's rank 9. I'll see if I can fit it in depending on the faction he's playing, okay? But like, come on, man. Come on. Come on. If I can't cheese in campaign, let me cheese with these requests. I'll think about it though. How much does a normal man eater at 5 ranks cost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 280 gold difference. It increases his damage output by 10%. It's honestly not the end of the world to have a ranked up man eater because he won't route. 85 leadership is really good. So like, you know, I'll take it. But yeah, this is way better. If you fully rank this, it's 200 gold more. Regiments of Renown are so much better. Okay. So the bans. Here we go. He's gonna ban ogres. Don't ban ogres. He bans counts. He banned the counts. Really? Does rank 6 give you a vigor difference? Is that actually how it works? I don't know if that's actually how it works. Chevrons are so not worth. I just haven't investigated them at all. Alright. Why'd CA make Chevron so bad? Honestly, if they were good, balance would be a pain in the butt. And they do not have time to balance. Anyways, he's Betonia. He is the Bretts on Kassar's Cursed Oasis. What is this map? Oh, it's this map. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. Here we go. Alright. Tasty fresh meat. Betonians. They ain't stinky for ogres. So, last I played this. Okay, like Betonia has knights up the wazoo. They have a lot of cavalry. And they can tank a lot of shots from iron blasters. So I have to be really careful I don't get rushed. Gonna be Alberic almost for certain. It's against ogres. Yeah. So the big thing is like not getting your lord dived and you die immediately. That's how this works out most of the time anyways, but that's what we're worried about. He's gonna have a lot of peasants. He's gonna have a lot of archers probably. The question is, how does one kill the Betonian Mantide? Green Knight, of course, of course. Hey, Greasus does magic damage. He dumpsters a Green Knight. What's the best thing I can take against, what is the best thing a man can take against the Betonians? Okay, this is actually not terrible. Deathcaster probably. Deathcaster gets a lot of work done on Alberic. I've seen it before. It's pretty hype. He can heal, but like he's gonna heal cap anyways. So you might as well just start poking him down early on. It's pretty worth. It's pretty worth. Deathcaster's is good in general. Alternatively, you take Fate of Buna, which deletes Cav. Both options are very nice. Playing Betonia. Flock of Doom. Flock of Doom is not worth against peasants. It's the same as casting Melkoths on peasants if you only hit 2. And they're just way too inexpensive and way too high HP to be worth casting that on. Now, both of your submissions, both of your donations, okay? I'm trying to stay as close as possible without just losing. That's the rule that I'm implementing now for donations. I'll do it as long as I feel like I have a chance of winning. And as it stands, feels like we have a decent situation here. Feels like we have a decent situation. think I just gotta not get man-tided. I think we just gotta, yeah, we just gotta not get man-tided here. We could take some flyers. Flyers are pretty annoying. Alright. This is as close to your suggestions as I can get. Remember when you had 2 Iron Blasters against Alberic and you just couldn't kill him? Well, if I had Spirit Leech, I coulda. This time I got Greasus though. I got Greasus. What's this about Robin syndrome? What is that? Did the Crusher Great Weapons get nerfed? No, they just only really have one target. It's like you just have to send them into large units. And a lot of people like taking spear infantry against ogres. What goal do you have so far, YouTube-wise? YouTube-wise, my goal is to continue doing this for the rest of my life until I retire. And some things that are important for that, I gotta keep doing things that I enjoy doing. That means no becoming a Minecraft YouTuber, no gambling streams, because it does not bring me joy. And the reason I'm in this career is not for money, it's so I can have fun. So, yeah, we're sticking with it. Worst case scenario, I have my software development degree and I can edit. So if someone wants to hire me as an editor, I'm a half-decent editor. And that'll be enough to pay bills. Assuming I can't get a comp sci. But, like, I studied enough comp sci to get, like, at least a decent job. It's a great safety net. Like, comp sci is fairly safe as a job. You won't always get exactly what you want, but like if you just gotta work, comp sci is pretty safe. But yeah, I've dabbled trying to do stuff that I didn't like before, and it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it, right? Like if I wanted to make big bucks, I would just I would just do programming. Programming is fun enough. Would you accept an offer from CA? I would accept an offer from CA, not as an employee, but as an advisor. As like an advisor on like, you know, like they pay me for, you know, some time to do like maybe some testing, right? And do all that stuff. Like some really in-depth shenanigans. You know, they're like, hey, we really want a lot of data on XYZ. Then I'll do that, but I'm not being a CA employee. An actual like 9 to 5 at a game company is not where I want to go. Can you do the advisor's voice? Absolutely not. I do like saying glorious, glorious. I don't know. I can't do voices. Glorious, the enemy lord. Something. What was it? How does he say it exactly? I have to like listen to it to actually do it right. Ogre is my lord. Okay, I haven't heard that one in ages though. It's hilarious though. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that, but I guess it's an old meme. Oh, he ready. If the next Total War game doesn't sell, CA is gone. I have no idea. Maybe they'll just fall back on Warhammer again and just make more DLCs for it. Who knows? I don't know how to do company management. Like, if you asked me what a large company is supposed to do, that's like so outside of my know-how, I just cannot comment. Or I can, but it's entirely speculative. And I think that applies for many of you guys too. Unless you've like really, you know, unless you're actually a professional in the field, I always take those types of comments with a grain of salt. You know how long people have been saying StarCraft is dead? You know, people say games are dead all the time until they actually die. You know, it's very easy to be pessimistic. Now, people disagree with me with this all the time, though. It's a very unpopular thing for me to say. To be like, you know, I feel like we're all not that qualified. Like, people are like really confident. The reason I say this, by the way, is because I've made executive decisions on things before, and I've been so wrong, right? When you actually have to like put your money where your mouth is and actually make a prediction, it's hard, man. It's very hard. You know what you should do though? If you really know what you're doing, you short CA, right? You buy short stocks or whatever it's called. I think that's how it works. What's it like? Shorting a company is like when you make money if they don't do well, right? That's what you should do. If you're really that confident, you shouldn't be talking on stream, right? That's what a real man would do. All right, none of this talking about how the game is dead. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. Do it right now. You'd have to short Sega? Oh, okay. Dang, I don't know enough about stonks to do any of this. Anyways, here's the build. It's pretty standard. There's nothing crazy about this. Noblog is in reserve. And then we got some shooty boys in case Alberic shows up. And I got an Iron Blaster. It's a fairly flat map. Even if a couple trees block the shots, it should still be able to hurt him pretty bad. We have Beastmen 2000 over here. And I'm gonna go hard on this area because it's the high ground. High ground advantage. Cavalry can technically swoop around the back, but then like, it's kind of exposed here. Doesn't have that French blood in him. No, it's just Quebecois. All right. I'm not even from Quebec. They're just kind of nearby. Although my parents, they came from Vietnam, and Vietnam was a colony. All right, it was a French colony, so maybe. No, my great-grandparents came from China. What we got? Grail Knights, let's go. So I can dumpster them with the Buna Overcast. Or like a spell amped Buna, that's the plan. Parlez-vous français? That's as good as I can get. I can't do any better than that. All right, shot number 1. You want to soften up the peasants because it does drastically reduce the amount of time that they will hold in combat. You just want to get like a little bit of peppering down. I rarely use all the ammunition on this anyways, but it is not a great gold value exchange. He has Earth Blood. Makes sense. And Kerblamo. Yeah, shoot him up. All right, main eater pistols can get a lot of work done too. Oh, it didn't land. Unfortunate. That's why you shoot peasants. A missed shot is definitely not working. Kablamo. All right, now what's he gonna summon on in? He doesn't have a lot of knights, does he? I should just get my gold's man eaters. I should just get the gold's man eaters. I feel like they'd be hype. Ho! Jeez. Can you do that again, Powder Guts? That would be great. I would really appreciate that. My goodness. Yeah, just keep shooting them, man. Yeah, farm that value. I like it. I like it. Couple Grail Knights over here. It's blasting time. Dang it. Darn pillar got me. Well, at least Alberic's a little low. These ogres can kill these peasant mobs and come back in time for dinner. Worst case, I'll also have some saber tusks here. His archers are really far behind, by the way, so I'm not too worried about that part. Okay, just bullying the peasant mobs a little bit. Then we'll pull back over here. There you go. Yeah, I just want enough for him to like not capture the point, but this should be pretty painful. Oh, you don't want to do this, man. Oh, you don't want to do this. That's gonna be painful. That's gonna be real painful. Okay, so those knights are as good as dead. They don't have a lot of HP. He's gonna try and Earth Blood them, but if I get even one shot off, they might just be done for. Come on, beat him up. Dang it, no shot. That's a little unfortunate. One shot from this thing should just delete them. Come on, man. I need him to get him routed. Dang, all right, so he counters with an Earth Blood, makes sense. I can at least rotate with ogres really quickly. So that part's not too brutal. And that is hella value nonetheless. It is still very good value, but he got a lot of shots in on my boys. It's not too pretty. A lot of archer shots on him. Kind of unfortunate. Definitely need the saber tusks here. We probably need some Noblar pigback riders to punish his cavalry. But as long as I keep capturing points, I think we're okay here. Let's, I really gotta micro this thing. Is it gonna move or what? Nope. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, it really just hit a bunch of trees? What is this ripoff of an artillery piece? My goodness. Okay, so we got some Knights of the Realm over there. At least these guys are doing well. I do have some pigback riders over here to disrupt his cavalry. Value trading wise, it's interesting. So I definitely get the point, right? That's great. God, these guys though. Oh man, at least he's spending all his magic on the Grail Knights. And we're just gonna kill a couple more of them. That's very nice. Okay, we have some pigback riders in here. I can settle with this point capture. This is mostly gonna come down to value trades more than anything else. So that's what we're gonna have to do. And I do have the Sky Striders, by the way. You did request. You did request. So we brought them. Did you get shot off there? Looks like yes, that's good. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Let's actually pull back. We have a lot of time in this game to play for value. And you betcha I'm gonna make use of that. I don't need to rush into a bunch of archers. That sounds like a terrible idea. Just gonna get Powder Guts value for days. Like, we're even ahead on tickets right now. It's surprising. Knights of the Realm. Goodbye, Knights of the Realm. Should be able to kill off that peasant mob fairly easily. We just save up for the Sky Striders. It'll take him a while to rotate to this far point. I should be able to harass this one on the flank. Yeah, he has some cavalry there, but I think it's just gonna take him too long. I should be able to abandon this point, and he'll just slow march it there for a little too long, and then we win. Noblars are doing okay against a peasant mob. This is gonna be a huge rotation, but at least I still have a capture point while we're waiting on this, and maybe I even get a few picks here. Artillery piece. Fire away. Don't hit the pillar. Okay, we're good. Yeah, a little bit of poke damage. Now I keep them in melee. And then we get the Sky Striders up. And that's going to be pretty hard to beat up, right? I'm going to have a little bit of a few dudes of my own here cooking. One Noblar will be enough in the distance here to handle him. That part's not a big deal. The Sky Striders are going to cook, all right? You could believe it. All right, here we go. So he's going to take some damage while he tries to secure that. I will happily go for that trade. Happily. Oh, finally. Sky Striders. All right. So Sky Striders are a big game changer here. He's really going to have to consider how he deals with them. Because if he doesn't do it well, it's going to be bad. Noblar Trappers are in. So let's bring in my Ogres. Yeah, and what are you going to do now, son? You're going to send in Alberic? Okay, makes sense. Sky Strider's doing the best. He doesn't have that much cav, though. I should be able to get a little bit of work done here. Okay, there we go. Sky Striders have to be so careful, though. If I lose them like that, it's so over. Oh, what the? Whoopsie daisies. Forgot a few boys over there. All right. Anyways, I might be able to hammer his middle line. I think he's way overcommitting to this potential flank. And that might be able to bully him. He did get the triple cap, though. So time is of the essence for me to steal at least 1 point. But this ain't too bad. You know, we got Saber Tusks in here. We got our Buna caster going. I should definitely be able to steal this. And the Noblars, without much cavalry support, they should be able to get some work done. Oh, let's not be too aggressive with them. Oh, interesting. So he's just committing to the fight. All right. Interesting. Those are just mounted yeomen. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty chill. That's pretty chill then. All right, well, let's just keep Greasus safe. I should be able to secure this point fairly easily. And maybe we get this one too while we're at it. Because these Pegasus Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights, are about to eat a fat Buna to the face. And that's just painful for them. That's hella value for me. There you go. There's the capture. And then maybe I can even push the middle. Let's not get overly aggressive, though. Easy to screw up these situations. But that's a great pick on the flank. It's an amazing flank pick. And he's actually maybe too far spread out just by the looks of it. There's a handful of situations that are looking a little sus. Right? But he's very spread out right now. And we're starting to capture a lot here. So those boys just get surrounded. They're done for. Let's slow them down. Bring in the great weapons onto his poor archers. And then bring in the spears here to finish the job. It should be pretty sus for him. They're just Knights of the Realm against great weapons. That should be really rough for them. The flank point looks like it goes our way. Nice. Knights of the Realm. Okay. Ah, but he's going for my Magician. Alright. So no more caster for me. We'll have to see how that pans out. When we go for this big old center line push. Greasus is in here. Man-Eaters are doing the best. Sky Striders are doing the best. We're gonna try and bully those Knights of the Realm. Man-Eaters are over there, and as long as I have Pigback Riders here, I think we're okay. The Rampage is really good, because they don't have any charge bonus either. And I got that point captured. Okay, that's pretty nice. We managed to secure a triple cap against the Bretonnians. I have more Ogres over here. There's Archers, a kind of worse for wear. Greasus is doing okay. And I have some fairly good engagements going on, right? Value trading, though, is atrocious. And that's because, yeah, he did have some cavalry in reserve that he was waiting with. That's a little unfortunate. Sky Striders are going to have to probably just take that fight. I think they just kind of have to. Maybe with the support of Greasus, though, they'll hold. Come on, Sky Striders. You got this. I believe in you. All right, so there we go. I'm going to heal them up. Patch them up. Okay, Greasus. He's in. He's doing his best. Do I have any units left to summon on in? Okay, they're all waiting. Interesting. So I guess this comes down to who can reinforce better. That's typically how this pans out. Oh boy, here we go. It's a big old mosh pit here, but Greasus does give an extra leadership boost. That's going to help out my Sky Striders quite a bit. Especially against his measly cavalry here. I'm still not liking the trading that much, though. It is a little sus. Hey, you know, his Peasant Bowmen are running. I just need something to summon in, though. Do I have anything I can summon on in? It's kind of hard to tell. Sky Striders are terror routed. Wow, what a joke. Come on, Sky Striders. You're supposed to be better than that. That's pretty brutal. Pegasus Knights live too. That's also really rough. But hey, maybe Greasus kills Alberic. Maybe we just kill Alberic with Greasus. Not an impossibility. Okay, I'm gonna have some Man-Eater great weapons over here to take that far point. I basically have to play for capture points now. I think there's no other way about it. Oh god, these Sky Striders sucked, man. They suck so hard. Why are they so bad? Alright, here we go. Maybe I can capture this far point over here and get the triple cap back on. I think that's my only out right now. Because Greasus is absolutely gonna die to Alberic. Yeah, he's just gonna die. So if we don't re-secure points quickly, it's super over. These guys I just gotta desummon so I can resummon them sooner. At the very least, we win on very few points. At the very least, I have that going for me. And he's not capturing this too well. Not just yet. I should be able to get a rear charge over here with my cannon. Although it's definitely a little sus. Maybe we can stall him from capturing the middle point. Okay, that's a pretty good rear charge. Then I have my elite dudes over here. Maybe we slow down his cavalry so I can potentially get this capture. I think the game hinges on this one capture and whether or not we can actually take it. Because the middle's looking really sus. I'm running out of units left, right, and center. But if I can take this point, then mayhaps there's a chance. The anti-large is cooking. Okay, alright. The middle is getting secured, though. And he is getting the flank point. That's pretty rough. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we're absolutely dead. The Sky Crushers and Greasus was too much, wasn't it? Well, I do get the capture point. This is taking forever to get captured. I don't know why. I really actually can't tell why it's taking so long to get captured. Can I just hold on 1 point? I can't. Ugh, and I'm not taking the left point either. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad then, yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty bad. No lead belchers is the real rough part. Dang. Yeah, I don't think there's a way I can come back here. As much as I would like to. The Petonian Tide was a little bit too much. I think 1 lead belcher to force him forwards would have been the way. Dang. Yeah. No, we were always down in value. All right. You guys got me. Honestly, I was wondering if the Sky Striders would win it. I think the Sky Striders were actually garbage, though. Did anyone else feel like the Sky Striders didn't do anything? Actual garbage cap. I could have taken 2 Man-Eater great weapons instead of those guys. Brutal. Nah, the Sky Striders suck, man. I'll check their value, though. I'll check their value. Maybe they did well. Obviously, Ulrich Wall played this really well with his archer defense. He did a really good job keeping his archers alive. GG, well played. GG, well played. Yeah. No, no lead belchers was my downfall. I was hoping the Iron Blaster would be able to cook his cavalry. The map was a lot worse than I thought it would be for the cavalry. His knights, even with the early Buna, still got pretty good value. Alberic was getting pretty low. Greasus, well, he was fine. He's Greasus. The bigger thing, though, is I think I just needed better, better units. Let's take a look. Pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Considering I gave them a fairly good fight, they did get surrounded by spears in the end. Honestly, the Man-Eaters also did really bad. That's surprising. Yeah, I thought the Man-Eaters would cook the infantry, and then I could just rush down the archers. Yeah, no Green Knight. I think that makes sense. This guy got a lot of value, though. 1800. Powder Guts. Powder Guts did well. 1800. But yeah, I feel like the cavalry is just a little bit too annoying to deal with. I think if you're gonna play ogres, you cut the Iron Blaster, and then you go for lead belchers. I think if you do this and force them into melee against you, you probably win. As much as I can blame Greasus, I think that's what does it. Well, GG. Well played. Dang. I don't get why people say Lore of Death is bad. It's really bad in campaign, because you have better AoE magic. Anyways, Ulrich played really well. GG, well played. The Buna was fine. I think the Buna is fine. I could have subbed it out for Spirit Leech, but I wasn't really trying to snipe Alberic. Not with Greasus. I'm surprised at how badly the Man-Eaters did. I really wish Gold's Man-Eaters did better, but honestly, 1 lead belcher, man. 1 lead belcher and he's a dead man. I could have easily just taken like 2 lead belchers. Such is life. Lore of Death is great in campaign. Well, you know, Purple Sun's still really good, but it's not as good as the other ones. Anyways, GG's, well played. Was a very fun tournament. Ulrich Wall takes the win. We almost won with Greasus, though. Is Golg any good? Very good. Golg is the same price as Greasus. Did you know that? If you take him with just his healing, he's the same price as Greasus. You take him with abilities, same price as Greasus with abilities. He's faster, fights better, has a ranged attack, and can heal. Like, he's so much better, man. He can, like, shoot Alberic while he's flying around. It's great. But there you go. Tragic. Tragedy at the final stretch. I should have fought as Slanesh, but I had to assert dominance one way or another. Anyways, let's finalize the tournament. And is anyone to raid today? Anyone we can raid? Yeah, Golg is amazing. Really good lord. Really good lord. But yeah, he won off of his peasant archer surviving. He had really good peasant archer control. Let's see. Raid channel. What are we looking at? Mercy streaming. Yeah, sure. I'll send you guys to Mercy the Mad. Why not? We do it all the time. Dang, that's kind of disappointing though. I was really hoping the Sky Crushers would just like delete his cavalry. They do so bad when they're caught by infantry though. But hey, you know, you guys donated it. And I felt like I could have won with it. So in the end, it was a mix of my misplay too. I can't not take partial credit. Oh man, so close. I really wanted to win with Greasus. We'll get him next time. We'll get him next time. All right. Redirect is set up. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the end of the week stream. Hope you guys have a great time. And Warcraft 3, maybe next week. Could be very fun. Peace, peace.